What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, everything is good. Everything. We got big time Steelers action that we're gonna get the chance to talk about, react to, Wade and all that, because there's some craziness going on back and forth with this. I love it. I love it. We got some Senior Bowl action going on, man. There's a ton of just stuff happening, but at the same time, it's a vibe. It's a chill day. / I gotta actually work tonight, Deke. You know, but other than that, man, can't complain. How you?
I'm doing good.
You trimmed it down and everything, huh?
Yeah, I
Wanted to clean it up on us, huh? All right,
I should have kept the stash for Arthur Smith, huh?
Oh, did you cut it before or after?
I think it was before. It was around the same
All
time.
right. I mean, we only operate in like a 48-hour window anyway, since everything had transpired, the hiring and everything. So,
Yeah, it was very close. I think I shaved my beard before we hired Arthur Smith. I think that was the timeline.
Respect.
So I wouldn't have known.
So you saying when my barber comes, I need to like just tell him keep the mustache and take everything else off, or is that not a good? I don't think that's a good look on me per se.
I think you could pull it off.
I don't know. That's an acquired look, Deke.
It's for Arthur Smith.
Yeah, I'm a big Arthur guy. I was super hyped that another Arthur was joining the organization, joining the family. That's what we like to call it. Okay.
You know who brings up a great point here? I'm reading the chat right now.
Uh-oh.
Noam. He says, I said we hired Arthur Smith and gave the source.
Now,
Y'all said cap.
No.
I will accept apologies. He predicted it the day before.
prediction and calling it in terms of it being confirmed are two different things. You can say you predicted it, and that is accurate. But in terms of us calling cap, that is different because Deke did pull up Tom Pelissero, and that, in fact, was not up there at the time. But you did call it, though.
He called it.
Yeah, you called the shot. There you go. Yeah.
Maybe
Heck
he knew beforehand.
So he knew before Tom
Maybe
Pelissero decided to drop it?
I was going to say, maybe he was reporting it before Tom Pelissero.
So he reported for Tom Pelissero.
Basically, it was like, Tom Pelissero is going to report this. I'm reporting it first, though.
There it is.
I think that's what he was going for.
There it is. I like it.
I got to give the dude props.
Hey,
like
bro.
he even called who was going to give the report. He said Tom Pelissero.
Salute him, bro. There you go,
Arthur
man.
Smith, so. No, Am? Yeah, you're one of our top reporters.
There you go, bro.
There's a couple dudes in the chat, though.
They've
They've had some good reports in the past.
Now, typically, though, we'll also...
Someone said Trey Lance, the third pick. Remember back in the day?
Not the predictions, though. I would say, remember, the one dude, it was actual information being fed. And we could actually go back and look, and that's how you were doing the whole checking it and not checking it. This is very different today. I know he tried to make it sound like it's all the same.
He says I got
It's very different, bro. It was very different. But I like your energy, though. I like it.
He's not backing down.
Yeah, I like his energy, baby. I like his energy.
Yeah, there was the one dude I remember. He said Trey Lance is at number 3.
But he said he had some. He said he had some type of.
That was like a week or two before.
Right, but he said he had some type of connection. He was listening to something with the Niners, though.
Yeah.
And we were able to still go back and be like, all right, we see some rumblings. That's all I'm saying, bro. But I like his energy, though. I definitely like the energy.
I think a couple people in the chat have called contracts the Steelers have made too. The Trey Turner one. I think someone predicted the exact number on the Trey Turner.
It definitely could have been,
They
bro.
were like, trust me.
Yeah. Man.
And it ended up being that.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, man. Things is vibed out, bro. So, we're going to definitely talk a ton of this offensive stuff today. I'm sure we got a ton of Arthur Smith experts out there. So I'm really looking forward to hearing what they, like about him and don't like about him. And then what it means for these quarterbacks as well, man. So, it's going to be a vibe today. It's definitely going to be a vibe. But, yes, we are an hour early today, Steelers Road Warrior. Yes, but we shout out to you, man. Get your research early, all right? Start researching now. And then you be right up to speed by that 4 o'clock time because we still going to have TG pull up on us too, man. But, yeah, man, I got to do some, go out and be like a socialite. I got some of that today. So, unfortunately, we did have to go a little bit early, but it's for a good cause.
You got to network a little bit.
Yeah, man. And whenever we're supporting one of our brothers, okay, it's still his brother. Shout out to Jerome Bettis. All right, I'm supporting the bus. So the bus.
He's not a pure blood.
Exactly. So he's my favorite type of Steeler.
By technicalities, but
it doesn't matter.
Jerome Bettis.
It doesn't matter.
They have played their way into like pure
Jerome Bettis is my favorite Steelers running back. Okay, I love him more than any of these other guys that y'all gonna bring up. Okay, I just love his origin story. I'm a big origin story guy. So because this is the pure or the half blood turned pure blood king. Okay, I'm gonna pull up on my dog. So That's why we got to get up out of here a little bit early, but that's why we starting early as well, so you can still get your 2-ish. You know what I'm saying? We see what the chains look like on the back end. But yeah, it's going to be a vibe today, bro. It's going to be a vibe. So shout out to the bus, shout out to the squad, and shout out to the podcast today.
Can you ask him for me if we could sign Derrick Henry, or we should sign Derrick Henry?
All right, can I tell you real quick, when you sent the photo, the picture in the group text with Derrick Henry's face, I don't know why I did not process that was Derrick Henry. I'm like, dang, bro, Najee look good. I was like, yo, what that's? I was like, bro, when Najee get built like this, bro, I swear. That's how you know I was researching at the time. All right. So then when I finally came back, I looked again, I'm like, oh, I got here for the okie doke, man. But yeah, it definitely had me go. I was like, bro, when did Najee? All right, Najee, yeah, we're gonna be straight. Yeah, definitely was a different physique. That Derrick Henry body, just, you know how it look in the uniform. Look like an action figure, bro. Yeah, you got me. You got me. That was one of your clean photo shots, bro.
That wasn't me.
That wasn't you?
That was on Twitter somewhere.
It definitely had me, bro.
I just typed in Derrick Henry on the Steelers, and that popped up.
It had me. I looked. I'm like, bro, Najee, you like a rockin'.
I wasn't trying to fool you or anything. I'm saying this needs to happen, bro. I'm saying Derrick Henry needs to start wearing this jersey.
You know what they're saying? I mean, they said he played his last game in Tennessee when Vrabel coached his last game in Tennessee.
Yeah, I was listening to a little bit of his interview with Bussin' with the Boys yesterday. Yeah. It was probably like a week old, and they brought up, Titans, are you going to go back? And he was like, nah, I think the writing's on the wall. It's over. He's like, I'm open to coming back, but I think they're ready to move on. And he also said he wants to go to a contender.
So they might have had that conversation like I talked about when they're like, don't go to the back room. Just all right, you might touch your market. See what the market's like there for you. You know?
Yeah.
It's a lot of money to be had out there, man. Go touch the market. It might be that combo he had. Yeah. That's not the combo.
But I asked the bus for me if he would sign Derrick Henry.
I'll make sure I ask him that, man. In fact, we need to get him back on the show, man. He was one of our OGs back when we was boots on the ground with it, traveling and we pulled. What was that at? That was like the news station, wasn't it? Like one of the parking lots, bro. Heck yeah, bro.
Right?
Yeah, that was. Well, yeah, about 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, man. We definitely got to spin a block on him, man. But so blame him in terms of why we had to start early. All right, support my dog. Okay, so with that being the case, though, let's get this thing going. Unless you got a Deke thought, you got a Deke thought for us today.
Sign Derrick Henry.
Sign Derrick Henry is the Deke thought, ladies and gents. Sign Derrick Henry is the Deke thought, and that's a thought I think we could all get behind. Also, but it might be some jersey number controversy. Just saying. Slight possibility, and that might be also why you fooled me.
What jersey did he wear in college? Was it number 2?
It's 2, yeah.
I think it was 2.
So it could be even more controversy.
So if Mason doesn't come back, we can give him 2. I know we're not supposed to be giving out single digits to position players, but
he's an exception.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's start it then. Let's get it how we going, or let's get it going like how we always do. Don't matter if it's an hour early or not. We're going to cut up, we're going to have fun, and we're going to talk some ball today. So go ahead, drop it in the comment section where you are tuning in from, so that way we can give you those big boy shout-outs to start the day's show. And, of course, don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture. And subscribe if you have not done so just yet either.
This is what I don't want. Steelers Road Warrior says Baltimore is going to pay Henry.
You know Baltimore do that. They are the king of, is he all the way washed? Nah, we got 2 more high-end years out of him. Let's go get him right now. They might even slightly overpay it just to have it come do what they needed to do. We've seen it.
I think Henry still got it.
I do as well. I mean, even though it was a quiet year. It was a quiet year this year, and he still was over 1,000.
Yeah.
Still was ball.
Yeah. And little do Steeler fans forget, because I know a lot of them were watching that Jaguars-Titans game last week of the season. Henry was a big part of why we made the playoffs.
Yeah, so why?
$159 and a touchdown on the ground.
I would say it was literally Henry, Tannehill, and Edmonds in that order.
I don't remember that many good plays from Tannehill.
What you mean?
He played good.
Yeah, I would say what you mean, man. He
almost cost us.
He at least gave you the Kenny Pickett. He at least gave you that.
He almost cost us, but he did do well, and I do remember the weird feeling I had of rooting for Tannehill, or just having my playoff hopes relying on Tannehill.
And he delivered.
It was very strange.
He delivered, though. All 3 of them dudes in that order. Don't forget Edmonds. Edmonds gets love, because we might just bring both of them. Just be like, yo, Henry, you come.
I would
Edmonds,
love
you
to bring
pull
Edmonds
up.
back.
I know you even said for competition. Tannehill, you come in for competition. I ain't tripping on the all three. Y'all, come on, man. If we could have a party. I remember 2020.
I can't be bringing up Henry without
remember 2020.
bringing up Tannehill. If you're just talking about natural connections.
I remember 2020. I remember 2021. Hey, I'm sure Arthur Smith remembers that. I'm sure those guys remember that. I'm sure Tennessee fans remember that.
He could be the backup.
That's all. Hey, man, however we need to slice it, because if Kenny is past Tannehill, then that's a great scenario anyways, baby. That's all I'm saying.
And that is if we don't re-sign Mason. That's
Very
my
true.
whole priority list.
We're going to get it.
Stepping
We're going to get to him, though. We're going to get to him. Heck
Or
yeah.
just ladder of it all.
Heck
Mason
yeah.
first, Darnold, Tannehill, whoever, as that next tier. And then if you don't get those guys, you might be talking like Tyrod,
Yeah.
Heineke. President Nitty, 419, baby.
Let's go. Shout out to the 419.
Cookie Monster, 610, Reading, PA.
Shout out to Red. One time for the culture.
Phil Bing, 912, Savannah, Georgia. Steeler Nation, rise up.
Right. That felt like an Atlanta thing, huh? See what you did there.
Rod Dollars, Youngstown, Ohio, 330, Southside, baby.
Ooh, we ain't sharing the line today. We on that south side. So we didn't have a rise up reference. We didn't got a south side. All right, I'm picking up what y'all putting down today. Okay, all right.
Quan Summer, 323, Watts, California.
Okay, bit wise.
Jaron, Pittsburgh Steelers for life. The Picks MVP says he's tuning in from the 559 Visalia, California. Here we go, Steelers.
Salute you. And he was early game today too, man. I hear you in the building. Let's get it.
No way. 613, Ottawa, Canada. Hashtag
Let's
draft
go.
Nate Wiggins.
No. You need to tell us who we drafted. Like who picked it. I need to know. If you got the juice, we gonna find out. We can put you to the test. Yeah. I like your energy though. I like it.
Give him some time. He's not a superhero or anything. Give him some time.
I'll like bump that, baby.
Let him at least make
Come
a
on.
prediction.
Give me the next one. Come on. Next one. Let's
like
go.
a week before the draft or something. Week or a few days before the draft. Corey Hewins, Greer, South Carolina, 864.
Shout out to the 864 one time.
Last two I'll say, Barry Gibson, Laporte, Texas, and AJ Martinez, Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Let's
505.
go. Shout out to Santa Fe, New Mexico. Man, I got to holler at the homie Buzz down in Oakland, California. Shout out to Oakland town business. You know what time it is. Tito Good Vibes. Always tapping in at 817 Fort Worth, Texas. And then, of course, Craig Ellis in the 717 Lancaster, PA, as always. Countryman League 48, I see you in the building at 843 Charleston, South Carolina. Wendy Johnson tapping in from the 562 Long Beach, California. And then after that, man, we will end it with Yanni. Oh, actually, hold on. Leah Warren. You know, I got to holler at you, Leah Warren, the 254 Killeen, Texas. But now I'm ending with Yanni. Okay, Yanni in the 703, Northern Virginia. Shout out to Nova. Little Nova, Deke. Terrible traffic, but it's a great little place to be at, man. Always got some cool stuff happening up there.
Okay. Well, start this off with the Supers.
Yeah,
Got
man. Let's
rolling in
I
here.
wonder what they're going to want to talk about today. I wonder what could be on their mind today.
Well, Nanzito,
What could they be talking about today?
the first one, he says, I've watched Arthur Smith OC highlights the entire day yesterday. LOL, I'm very excited what he could bring to us.
Salute. I wasn't expecting that. I'm liking it though, man. In all seriousness, man, when you talk about him as an offensive coordinator, yeah, you go back to, the Tennessee Titans time frame, was it 2020, 2021, where he was the OC down there, and you look at, or excuse me, not 2021, 19 and 20, excuse me on that one. Tannehill's first year there, and then the second year where they actually went to the AFC Championship. You look at what both Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill were able to do those 2 seasons under Arthur Smith, and there is no, real surprise in the sense of why it would be a little appealing, or why it would be very appealing to the Steelers when you just think about Tannehill and Derrick Henry during those 2 seasons, and how both of them, the uptick in production, specifically not Derrick Henry, but Ryan Tannehill. You look at what Ryan Tannehill was able to do. He started, 10 games his first year there, taking over midway through the season for Marcus Mariota. But then he comes back the next year. I think he went 30-7 in terms of
33-7.
Not to mention, we always get enamored with Kenny Pickett's winning. You look at his winning percentage the amount of games he won under those 2 seasons as well with Arthur Smith as the offensive coordinator. You had that also going on. Tannehill also had led the league in passing attempts in terms of the yardage for pass attempts. So it was an explosive element as well.
They had like the least amount of attempts, but they were like 20th or something in passing yards.
Yeah, so it was an explosive element to it also. But like we said, man, it was one of those things where if you just went off of what you perceived Ryan Tannehill or what you perceived Derrick Henry to be in 2019, yeah, you would have thought that was impossible. But when you actually cut on that tape and you actually look at what they were able to do from a full body of work standpoint, even statistically, it showed that they were actually very productive. And Arthur Smith, specifically as an offensive coordinator, was very productive. And that was the thing that, as we take it back to, the Steelers, we kind of talked about this on Monday prior to the hire being official. We said that, man, there is some similarities when you talk Kenny Pickett and Ryan Tannehill when they were transitioning. Tannehill was in his 6th season, 31 years old when this happened also for him. I know we get, caught up in Kenny Pickett's age. Oh, he's an older quarterback. He's not a young dude. He's not a rookie. It's like, man, he still is younger, both playing-wise and age-wise, than where Tannehill was when he finally clicked. And then within 2 years of being under Arthur Smith, went on to be a Pro Bowler, get the contract, take his team to the FC Championship game, etc. So with that, it's like, for me, man, I do feel like there are some parallels. Now, it's not to the same extent, but I do feel like there is a lot of similarities, and that is why, for me, man, I kind of agree with Nanzito that, yeah, I am kind of excited about what he could potentially bring to this team right now, specifically on the offense.
Yeah, I think flat out, the more we get removed from the decision actually being made, I think it's just a good hire.
Mm-hmm.
I know when they initially announced it yesterday, I was like, man, seems a little quick. We only interviewed 3 guys, and it was Jared Johnson, Thomas Brown, and Arthur Smith. And of those 3, Arthur Smith was the most qualified for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking, though, like, man, could we bring in more guys? Could we cast a wider net? But are any of the guys we would have brought in definitively better right now as an offensive coordinator than Arthur Smith?
No, they're
not definitively.
Yeah, that you're going to have to deal with the speculation element of it. Yeah.
You could talk about preferring a different style,
right?
A style that makes Steeler fans feel better right now because it could be more associated with Shanahan, McVay,
mm-hmm.
the QB guru,
yeah,
type of scheme. You know what I'm talking about?
Like
those type of guys. Because Arthur Smith isn't really that. At the same time, when he was an offensive coordinator, he was just flat out right successful. Production's production. Like Tennessee Titans. For those 2 years, we're a top 5 offense.
Deke,
it was more run-based, but still.
Yeah. Some might even say it was QB-friendly in the sense of how it did simplify for Ryan Tannehill and made him become a lot more efficient passer and a lot more explosive passer while minimizing turnovers also, which was very different than what was taking place in Miami. In Miami, it was, here you got the full keys to the car, spread this offense out, be the guy. And he could not do that at a high level for 4 years, ultimately why they essentially gave him away in trade. It wasn't like they requested a ton of assets for him. It was a 4th, and I think it was a conditional late round. So even with that, it's like, man, this is a dude that you've already seen, have to go from being somebody else's failure, being somebody else's bottom of the barrel or scrap pile. And he developed that. And he didn't do it from the beginning because, remember, Marcus Mariota was the starter.
Yeah, so they brought in Tannehill to be the backup. Yeah, it was an afterthought.
They made that switch midway, and then Tannehill got on the
that bad.
Right, and then Tannehill got on the moving train, really played well that 10-game span. But that following year, when he had a full offseason as the guy, that's when you saw the big jump. And now Tannehill became who we view Tannehill as, And that's one of the things that when we're looking at Kenny Pickett, we're not even at the halfway point of where Tannehill was during that time frame. Both first-round picks, though. Both bring certain things to the table. But at the same time, both leaving stuff to be desired. And that's the part, like I said, for me, where I could just see why it would make sense or why they would like it, specifically when they're talking about wanting to give Kenny Pickett a legitimate chance to be QB1, wanting Kenny Pickett to have a legitimate chance of developing. I'm glad you brought up the speculation of if it was a Zach Robinson or if it was a Gerard Johnson, yes, in theory, we like where they come from. Yes, in theory, we like what they've done as QB coach, pass game coordinator. But neither have had their own offense as coordinators and had success. Whereas you brought up Arthur Smith has. My next thing was this, though.
Well, even Kingsbury or Bieniemy, some of the proven guys,
Very true.
You look at them being play callers, you can make the case Arthur Smith is a better candidate.
So
anyway.
This was my next thing, though. The same way we're going to hold what happened in Atlanta as the end-all, be-all for Arthur Smith. Shout out to you, Crix Chusman. If we're going to hold that against him, that was his first failure as a NFL promotion, right? Because he started as a quality control coach, which is the bottom of the barrel, 2011. So you mean to tell me he went from quality control coach, success, tight ends coach, success, or offensive line coach, success, tight ends coach, success, offensive coordinator, success. Head coach was the first time that he experienced failure in the sense of 7-10, 7-10, 7-10. Not what we've seen in Cleveland when we talk Q, right? We've seen failure. It wasn't the Matt Rule. We've seen failure. It wasn't even the Joe Judge. We've seen.
And Arthur Smith didn't have the best of quarterbacks down there.
You know what I mean? So it's like we can go down that rabbit hole if we truly wanted to keep it apples to apples. But the other thing that I would say is this, man. Deke, the same way, man, in life, people work their regular jobs, right? And they might specialize at this one particular thing. You might love just editing this. And you so dope at that, man, and now you get a promotion. And your promotion might come with, okay, you not just editing, now you overseeing these people too while you still doing this. Shoot, you might love this, you might be dope at this, but you might be like, bro, I don't really care about managing his feelings. I don't really care about getting the schedule ready. I don't really care about taxes. I just want to do this one thing. I'm great at this. But you get up here, okay, you got to do all that. And if you don't, your company fails, right? So as a whole, you failed. But does that mean that you still forgot how to do this one thing that we've seen you have legitimate success in? And that's what I look at when I think of Arthur Smith, when we bring up this Falcons situation versus him everywhere else, specifically Tennessee Titans, where you saw him ascend and never fail.
That's what we're hiring him to be. Not a head coach.
Seriously. It's like we're not asking him to go back to the position that we saw him fail at. We're asking him to go back to the position we saw him thrive at. So why is it that we can watch him thrive to get to the head coach's spot, but now that he failed at the highest promotion that you could get as an NFL coach, now we just gonna hold that against him and say that, you know what, you can never bounce back. You can never get back to the successful offensive coordinator that you were because you ain't used Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, and Drake London. I don't care about you having Drake, or I don't care about you having Desmond Ridder or Tyler Heineke. You ain't used those guys. So you're a failure. We can't ever have success from you again. That was my biggest disconnect with just the overall reactions to the Arthur Smith hire. I get it. He failed as a head coach. But head coach versus...
So did Todd Haley.
So did Nick Saban. So did Bill Belichick. Guys that have failed as head coaches before. Andy Reid has failed before. He's fired before, right? Pete Carroll has failed before. He failed twice now. He got fired twice. It's like, we didn't see dudes get fired before come back. Whether they come back as head coaches or specifically, as you brought up, DCs or OCs and have success.
Wade Phillips.
Right. So that's my thing. It's like, why can't this be the same? Because he's very much more in line for that than the other guys that we're bringing up that are more relatively unknown. That was my whole thing.
Like I said, even the proven guys, you could compare Arthur Smith's resume to any of the dudes. Mm-hmm. Bieniemy, Clint Kubiak, or even Kingsbury. Like those unless I'm missing names. Like these are the names we're talking about.
Bieniemy, Clint Kubiak, Kingsbury, Gerard Johnson. We said because Robinson's off the table. Thomas Brown had got I think he took the Chicago, I want to say, passing game coordinator.
I didn't want him.
Yeah, I think he's like passing game coordinator now in Chicago. So it's like, but these are all the names that were kind of like linked to us at least.
Yeah, so who out there was definitively better? Kingsbury, they had some decent offenses with the Cardinals, but Smith with the Titans as the OC, that was top 5.
Yeah.
Kingsbury, you look at some of the numbers, they were hovering around top 10. Now, I think Kingsbury was a better head coach in his 3 years versus Arthur Smith as a head coach, but as an offensive play caller, case to be made, Arthur Smith better than Kingsbury. Because a lot of Kingsbury's success as an offensive play caller, too, is going back to college.
Right. But you talk about
the enemy.
You've seen
he was with Mahomes and the Chiefs and Reed and all that, and then he goes to Washington last year. If you look at the offensive stats before Bieniemy and then with Bieniemy in 2023, I don't think there was like that big of a difference.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think he was working with the best.
But can't the same be said for with Arthur Smith? It's like, yo, you don't work with the best out there either.
Clint Kubiak,
Yeah.
I'm surprised by this. I thought he was the 49ers OC this whole time.
No,
He's
no,
their
oh,
passing game
God.
coordinator.
That's it,
The
yeah.
time he was an OC was with the Vikings.
Yeah.
And those were pretty much pedestrian numbers. They were middle of the road numbers. Arthur Smith is the only one out of all these names that we're bringing up that like is putting together top 5 offenses in back-to-back years with Ryan Tannehill.
It checked off every box. And the funny thing is, Deke, I'm glad that you put emphasis on Tannehill because that, to me, is what gave me more reassurance in it. I said, if you're doing this and you have an elite quarterback, part of me always asks myself, man, how much are you needed? Because if you got a Mahomes, if you got a Aaron Rodgers, if you got a Josh, if you got a Lamar, if you got a, you know what I mean? It's like these dudes are kind of just put them out there. You give them a little bit, but they could do the rest. But when you're working with a Tannehill, especially at that time too, man, this wasn't Tannehill that we think of now. This was Tannehill coming from Miami, bro. That Tannehill.
Well, and Tannehill's got worse since
bro.
Arthur Smith has left. Those were his
also
best 2
has
years.
of his
Same
career,
thing with Derrick Henry. Those were
his
Derrick
career,
Henry's
bro,
best 2 years.
of their careers. And that's what I'm like, yo, when we talked about
It can't be that much of a
when we
coincidence.
talked about him on Monday, it's like we can't say that he is a Derrick Henry merchant or he only was because of Derrick Henry because Derrick Henry before him was not that version.
Not before.
Both of them dudes
he was able to keep it up
upticks.
after, but he
Correct.
also got banged up and
Yeah,
stuff.
he
But
did.
those were his best 2 years.
But those, and that was all under his tutelage specifically as coordinator, man. No.
Yeah, the other thing I want to bring up is you mentioned some of the elite quarterbacks or how teams with certain offenses are, advancing farther in the playoffs, they have elite guys. Because there's that stat everyone's bringing up that Patrick Mahomes has been in the last 6 AFC championships.
Yeah.
So that means a maximum of 6 other teams have made it there as well in the AFC.
Yeah.
Those other teams, it was the Bengals twice, that's Joe Burrow.
Yep.
Patriots with Brady.
Buffalo
with Josh.
Lamar
and the Ravens. And then
Tannehill. Yeah.
Titans with Tannehill. All those other teams
Got the guy.
had elite quarterbacks.
Yeah.
The Titans, this one-off team out of the bunch,
Deke,
they got Ryan Tannehill, and Arthur Smith was the one at the helm.
Deke here scraping
I'm not
the pot.
saying it was all Arthur Smith, but because Titans had a good defense at the time. They had Mike Vrabel as the head coach.
Don't we got a good defense at the
as
time?
the offensive coordinator,
You said we got a good defense
that's
right
what
now?
I mean. As the offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith
Scrape it, Deke.
was there.
Deke is like,
And they had legitimate success.
All right, bro.
Because that's the thing a lot of Steeler fans have been complaining about. One of the things I've been complaining about with Canada, it's like, why do we give him this job when he hasn't proven anything?
Yeah. What is he proving?
Arthur Smith's coming from the outside, kind of, although there's been some Steeler connections, Steeler threadways that are popping up. Because him with the Titans, you got Vrabel, you got Munchak.
But at the same time,
you got Ken Wisenhunt.
So if we're going to do that, then we also got to say, well, he's has some LaFleur in him as well. Because he's been with him.
I know. It is outside, but it's just it's funny, of course.
He got
there
some
are
Joe
some
Gibbs.
Steeler
I'm like, yo,
threads.
he done been around. He got some spots. Yeah.
There are some Steeler threads. But yeah, he's legitimately proven to be a good offensive coordinator when given the opportunity. Now, it's a small sample size. It was 2 years, but he batted 100%. Back-to-back awesome years for the Titans.
And my question,
whereas Canada didn't do anything. So we got a guy from the outside, got a guy who's had legitimate success. All right, he had a bad run as a head coach, but this is one of the ways. This is one of the formulas to get an OC on your staff.
Yeah,
get a failed head coach who's looking for a job to go back to the coordinator position that got them to be a head coach.
And once again, I would say this was literally the first time that he has failed in the National Football League. It was him as a head coach. Everywhere else, he's been promoted. So you took the chance and you failed. What is the difference between the Falcons taking the chance on Arthur Smith then when he had never been a head coach, right? And they just felt like, hey, this is the new up and coming. He's hot. Let's go with it, right? Now, I know we're not going to put it like that on Canada because he never had the same buzz. But a Gerard Johnson and Zach Robinson, they're not proven either, right? They are very much in similar boats that could have been Arthur Smith, right? So you could have bring them in here and
they haven't even done what Arthur Smith has done.
Exactly. So that's my thing. It was like, as much as we complained about Matt Canada, right? And after the fact, the big thing was, well, he was never proven. He never had success. Why? And then we bring up insanity, right? Because they always have to bring that up too. Man, this is the definition of insanity. Well, technically, wouldn't the definition of insanity be bringing in one of them young dudes that have not done anything in terms of being a coordinator? Not to mention when we specifically also talk about, you said Ryan Tannehill, and I'm glad you kept bringing him up. Who is Gerard Johnson's quarterback down in Houston?
CJ.
Who was Zach Robinson working with out in LA in the Rams? Who was he working with?
Stafford.
All right. I remember. Now we ain't bringing him up specifically, but at the time, Ben Johnson's name had got brought up too, right? It's like, all right, he got a Jared Goff over there, which was they looked like a number one offense at one point in time the way they was playing this year. But as a whole, it's like, man, all of these dudes are having success with what some people might deem as not elite, but dang near close to elite quarterback play, or at least playing on that type of level, right? When we talk golf specifically this year, Stafford, we both said what he did throughout his career, and this specifically last year, and even this year he was still cooking. We all looked at C.J. Stroud, who's about to be the rookie of the year. We already know what time that is, and it's just like, man, we don't know if those guys are really going to be able to replicate that with a different type of player. But what we do know is, man, what's the closer thing that we have right now? Regardless of how we feel, we know at least today we could say Kenny's probably closer to Tannehill than some of the others right now. And that's fine, too. That's fine. All I'm saying is I like the fact that I'm getting somebody that has at least worked with a piece that is more in line to what we currently have than somebody that's only used to working with elite type arm talent, elite this, elite, and not just speculative, like actually like has shown it throughout the course of a season.
Well, not only that, they just haven't been offensive coordinators yet either. I think the thing that would be different about these hires versus Canada is you're getting guys off the McVay Shanahan tree.
Yeah.
That alluring tree.
It sounds good. I'm with it. It sounds good, bro. But that's my whole
thing. But I like Smith. Ultimately,
yeah.
I think Smith's the more quality candidate over any of those guys. Yeah. He might be the top guy right now. As weird as it sounds. Yeah. Like the top OC guy that was available.
That's my
I'm
thing,
being
bro.
serious because if you just look at the landscape, you look at even some of the guys that got hired. Like Ken Dorsey got hired by the Browns. And Arthur Smith versus Ken Dorsey, I take Arthur Smith.
And I told you how I felt watching Ken Dorsey in Buffalo. I didn't feel like he was the reason to be fired, but at the same time, there were legitimate things from a mindset of how you call your calls and specifically just the intent of it at times. Like, man, don't just call a run play just to like waste it down. Like, give me something that's legitimate that they could believe. Arthur Smith, man, we already passed that stage. He's already proven that he could do this. That was Ken Dorsey's first time. Showed that he could do it as an OC. So I'm agreeing with you again, man. It's like, bro, when you really get down to the root of it, it's like, yo, he checks off.
Who are you definitively taking better?
Again, you can have your
certain preferences on candidates, but who's definitively better?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a guy out there. You can bring up Ben Johnson or Bobby Slowick, but I don't think they're leaving.
Why would they leave
Johnson
their OC spots?
Isn't leaving. He's going back to the Lions.
Because if they're going to be OCs, why would they leave their OC spots at their respective places to come here?
If they're not being a head coach.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
I wish we would have done more due diligence, interviewed more candidates, but at the same time, if it's a good decision, it's a good decision. Why do we got to complain about the process the further we get removed from the decision actually being made? Was it a good decision or a bad decision?
We can't be happy always. We want the hire to come from outside.
In the moment, I did want more.
We need this.
Could we have cast a wider net? All that stuff. But now that I'm really diving deep into this and thinking through, I'm like, this dude's just a flat out right good candidate to be an offensive coordinator. And we hired him, and all right, let's see what he does.
Former head coach.
And he fits the personnel. If you want to talk about those Titan teams from 2019, 2020, kind of fits what we got going. I know it's not going to be the most appealing thing to a lot of Steeler fans because we do want the Shanahan, the McVay type of stuff.
Yeah.
At the same time, results are results. And I'm not opposed to running that style that we tried to attain with Canada over these last couple of years. Run the ball, protect it, and then make the splash plays in the passing game when you need to. When you're winning games.
We saw it once he left.
Sure, yeah. You saw it with Mason Rudolph. And I was very happy with our offense those last 4 weeks.
To me,
we could replicate that. I'm fine with it.
I started thinking of how we looked in Seattle. The Seattle game specifically, that was the one I said, I feel that's going to be our flavor. The heavy two running back dynamic, specifically how it was in that game, because when you had the weather, like it was in Baltimore, and it wasn't like, the crazy out the gate throwing versus Cincinnati. I think it'll be like that Seattle approach where it was literally we're going to run the ball, we're going to be more physical, but at times when Mason had to make them throws or whoever QB will be at that time, Kenny Pickett right now, it's like those are going to be the areas that they're going to have to thrive in, that they're going to have to make it right. And that's what Tannehill was able to do at such a high level and why he, was able to have the success that he did under Arthur Smith. So I'm with you, man. I like it. Now,
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I was about to say, yeah, and I even like the fact that I know he's, people ain't like the fact he's the rich kid, or his daddy.
No, I
FedEx
love
guy.
that because he's grinding in the NFL.
Bro, it's coming to America.
He could just sit on an island and sip margaritas.
This is coming to America in real life. I don't know if you ever seen the movie, bro.
I have not.
So in Coming to America, man, you got. Jeez, I can't believe you never seen Coming to America, Deke. That kind of hurt my heart. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It's all good though, okay?
Eddie Murphy, right?
Eddie Murphy,
yeah, I know of it.
He's the Prince of the Moon.
I heard it's good.
All right, has a whole kingdom just waiting for him. It's there for him. He's like, you know what? I don't want this. I want to go out here and find love. He trying to find love, kind of like you, Deke. He trying to find love.
Sure.
But ultimately, he denounced the throne. He gave up all the riches and was working as a mop boy at McDowell's. It's kind of like McDonald's, but it's the janky version. All right. You imagine you have your own money, Deke. You the man like your daddy created FedEx, like Arthur Smith's daddy created FedEx. You dig what I'm saying? And you like, bro, I don't want this. I'm gonna go take the grunt job. I'm gonna go be
He's just a football guy.
I'm gonna be a quality control assistant doing note cards for practice squad guys that act like they're better than me. And then I'm gonna just work my way up.
I think he was living on couches and stuff
about this,
too.
Bro. Your daddy created FedEx, Deke. Your daddy created FedEx. You think you want to do that? You gotta do that. It's blue collar.
Arthur Smith's out here making
He's
his
a
own
Pittsburgh.
name.
He feels Pittsburghy, man.
Grow back the stash.
Bro. That's what I'm saying.
Although it seemed like that was bad luck for him in Atlanta.
Look, what was his Tennessee look? Go get the Tennessee look. We gotta find 2020.
I think it was
2019. We need that look, yeah. But I'm saying, bro,
it's a good thing I didn't go with the mustache.
Yeah, because
I went with the clean shaven look.
Well, we got some time to play around with it. We can figure it out.
We'll see what he does.
Yeah, we can figure it out. But I do like that though, man. So,
listen,
yeah,
he could do the mustache if the offense is good.
Yeah, that's a statement piece.
Don't come off right out the gate with the mustache. No, stay humble. Be as low key as possible.
Don't get that attention unless you bought it.
Get the offense rolling, and not even in the middle of the season. Maybe next year, depending on how we finish up 2024. Yeah. Maybe you come out with the stash. Nah. Don't do anything middle of the season. Absolutely not.
Nah, I'm with you on that, baby. I'm with you on that.
Okay, that was the first one. Nanzito, I read his. So the next one is official momentum. Moats, Deke, and chat fam. What's good? Hashtag Arthur Smith.
Let's get it. Yeah, man. Like I said, man, some positivity, some positive vibes with the hire, man. We do, the further removed we are from it, man, it's starting to settle in, but it does start to feel a little bit better official. Come on now.
He also says, Ambition Live, Friday, Craft House, 8 p.m. I got y'all.
Let's go.
You got the cover.
Let's go. And Steelers Road Warrior, I've been trying. Trust me, he don't know about sexual chocolate. That boy good and terrible. He don't know about none of that. Pass the collection plate, put the chicken bone in there. We're going to catch him up to speed one day. Friday or Coming to America, whichever one he get to. I'm just get to one of them. Because them, them like Mount Rushmore of, yeah.
Steeler Nation on fire. Who do the Steelers keep in their free agency pool of players?
Now, he trying to jump the...
Did he just force us to talk about this?
See, I like what he tried to do here. This is my only thing, though. That's legit the combo we having tomorrow. That's my only thing. So
you got to promise.
Yeah, I actually do. No. This is like legit. There's actually the text I was about to say to everybody. Once we finished up there, I was like, yo, in-house free agents. That's the only thing we owe tomorrow. That's it. Okay. In-house. All right. That's why I put it up there for tomorrow. I was like, yo, we can't do anything but in-house on Thursday. So we can't talk that the day, unfortunately, because we definitely do it at tomorrow. All right, and we're going to have a full show. So, yeah, I like your energy, though. And I'll make sure I credit you, too, when we talk about it tomorrow, too. So, don't you even trip. I'm going to take a picture of you. Because, I give credit. I like to cite my sources. Like when I always shout out Jaren, Pittsburgh Steelers for life, for keeping us up to date with our picks. All right? Come on, man.
AJ Martinez gifted a Moats membership to Yanni.
Shout out to AJ Martinez being a rock star at life. And Yanni, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. And Yanni, actually, we shouted out Yanni earlier, too, today, man. I forgot what it was for. Where's he tuning in from? Jeez, I'll get back to him later. I like it.
R2 Malvo recently lost my older brother. Kelly Malvo. Googling him, Moats. He played in the league, CFL and XFL, the original one, but just saying, what's up, chat?
Nah, man, definitely will, man. And thoughts and prayers, too, man. So you already know. Unfortunately, I've experienced some loss. So, yeah, definitely understand what you talk about, man. Thoughts and prayers, man. Take it one day at a time, baby. Golly. Yeah.
Sorry to hear, man.
No, seriously, man.
Mike Hood, what up? Don't hate the move. We need experience at OC right now. Teach these young bucks and have some stability. Here we go. Can't wait to hear TG's take.
No, facts, man. And TG will be joining us at 4 o'clock. All right, well, I should say 4-ish. You never know with TG. But he did say he's good to go. So that's at least a plus.
AJ Martinez gifted another Moats membership to SD Ninja 619.
Shout out to AJ, continuing to double back and be great at life in SD Ninja. You said SD Ninja, right? 619?
619.
619, because he out in San Diego. Absolutely. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. X-Fabs, I see you in Germany in the building.
Hey, another bonus about Arthur Smith. He is on the sideline when he calls plays.
Oh, okay. So we like sideline callers. All right, that did become. I forgot that became a thing this year. Yeah.
Sean McCartney, how much will Smith impact the O-line and blocking schemes? Will we utilize tight ends more often than before, and how will he impact the red zone offense?
Man, that's a dope question. Now, it's going to be a little bit interesting because traditionally he has been a little bit different blocking scheme style-wise, right? Them, we think Tennessee, more power downhill. My man's better than your man, beat the heck out you off the ball. We said up here, we were kind of a little bit zony, right? Not as or more gappy, more gap scheme type, not as aggressive, blow you off the ball, more we trying to get that position. And you think about some of our personnel, we said we're kind of a mixed match, right? We got big, massive tackles that are designed to blow you off the ball individually, but then we had the smaller and a little bit more quicker position block type center and guards. So that is going to be something that's unique. I do feel like with this hire, the potential for offensive linemen in terms of draft early or even in free agency, I think that increases because of his style of calls. He does like 12 personnel. He does like to utilize a legitimate fullback. Also, that's another dynamic that we got to see because we don't have a true fullback. Connor Hayward is not Rosie Nix. Those are two very different people, very different play styles, even though they both technically play H-back, fullback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Night and day.
Who do we need, a use check or something?
Arthur Smith is more accustomed to, like I said, a Rosie Nix type, whereas we currently have a Connor Hayward type. So we're going to have to obviously see how we want to adjust that. But that's, the approach that Arthur Smith typically likes. He'll 21 you. He'll hit you with a running back, fullback dynamic. He'll definitely work with the tight ends. So, yeah, like I said, more so, that's why I said the Seattle game. Because that was kind of where we felt a little bit more of that. We still didn't utilize a fullback to that extent, but that's the approach, man. Their big body personnel group is typically with Arthur Smith, and when they want to pass out of it, that's how they get the protection because they're still going to give you, your tight ends out here, but it's going to max up protection, and it's, two-man routes, but big, deep crossers, deep overs off a play action pass, and now you're giving this quarterback one-on-one opportunities, read the safety. Safety low, all right, we're going to hit you up here. Safety sitting back, all right, hit this one over here. And like I said, it simplifies to that extent. That's typically how he was having the success down in Tennessee.
Hollywood 931. Great year to need an offensive tackle. And Joe Milton is the black Josh Allen.
Hey, man, it's all good. Why you got to be black, though? Why you got to be the black Josh Allen? Jeez, man, just don't make it a color thing. Make me nervous, all right? Jeez. But, man, if he produces to that extent, man, I'm sure whoever picks him up are going to love him. I don't know if you realize, Josh Allen, he finished the season with 51 touchdowns this year, 51 of them things. It was beautiful. It was real beautiful.
Jackson Powers is a Steeler, and Smith is a great hire for Bully Ball. Hashtag let Con cook.
Jackson Powers. Absolutely. That's the one from Oregon, correct? If I remember correctly. Make sure I got that right.
Is he at the Senior Bowl right now?
Yeah, Senior Bowl. Yeah.
I saw a highlight of him.
Yeah, should be him. Yeah.
AJ Martinez says, so we have D-line and D-backs. We have two backs. We have two wide receivers. We just need a QB like Bradshaw, and we'll be the 70 Steelers. First to 10 Super Bowls.
I see exactly what you're saying. So, yeah.
I think we got the personnel to match up what Smith was doing with the Titans. I already said that.
Yeah.
To me, I get what AJ Martinez is saying here. Yeah.
Yeah. And when he talks the whole Bradshaw type play, I mean, that's very in line with when I said even the Tannehill type stuff. If Kenny Pickett or whoever is the quarterback starting week 1 next year, if they give us what Tannehill, if Deke pulls up Tannehill 19 and 20, and reads off them stats, I can assure you, if Kenny Pickett or Mason Rudolph or whoever was our quarterback, if they give us that, we're going to love it. No ifs, ands, or buts, and we're going to win a ton of games. And yeah, when you start talking the first to 10 Super Bowls, that will legitimately be in the convo, man, because we do got all the other pieces. But that is right now, when you look at, what Deke was reading off, right? The teams that have faced off in the AFC Championship games, outside of the ones that got the unicorns at quarterback, the only other opportunity was this Tannehill situation with the Arthur Smith, man. So, yeah. But we'll see if he could develop into it, whether that is Kenny or if it is Mason. I do, going back to the Jackson Powers comment, do like him, though. Like I said, I haven't studied him deeply and stuff like that, but just talking to some of the people that are watching him, I know Dale Lally, he's one of our Steelers media guys that work with us. He's down at the Senior Bowl. I know he likes him a lot. And he's one of those guys in terms of just understanding the scouting element of it.
First round.
There is a possibility that he's in that convo. It's a possibility, so that's the thing that it's like, man, all right, when you're thinking about just the offensive line, when you're thinking about where we've already talked about some of the areas that we want to upgrade, we've obviously said Mason Cole is one of those guys. We also said the guard position also, you know what I mean? So it's like we're looking at that, and we'll obviously see this tackle stuff too, because yes, we've talked about one to upgrade or even move Broderick to left, bringing a right guy, but we still technically have Dan Moore under contract. So do they view... Would you rather try to go Mason Cole, upgrade that position, survive with Dan Moore? Or do you try to upgrade Dan Moore and survive with Mason Cole? Or is it Dan, Mason, and somebody else? You know what I mean? Like, I think those are all the things that are going to kind of be in play, along with when we're talking middle linebacker, potentially safety as well, maybe even bringing in an additional corner to get younger there. So we know it's going to be multiple areas that we're looking to improve upon. But just like we always talk about, man, whether it's draft or free agency, you don't have a ton of resources to get every single body, so you got to be a little bit more selective and hyper-focused on how we're going to go about that plan.
Greg Yeager, who's more likely to get booed, KP or Arthur Smith?
KP, because you can't boo Arthur. Told you that, man. All right, we got an official another Arthur to the Black and Gold family. We got a little club. We can get a little handshake. All right, and I like the fact that Arthur Smith is leaving another Arthur too, with Arthur Blank. All right. Shout out to Arthur. It's a reason I should have signed with Atlanta too when they called me. It's a reason why they kept calling, bro. It's the Arthurs. I never caught it's Arthur to Arthur to Arthur to Arthur, bro. I hope we bring back Milet too. Okay, but that's how I feel about it, man. Can never have enough Arthurs. So Kenny would definitely be the guy because you can never bull Arthur. And in fact, if you know Arthurs and you like Arthurs, man, just salute Arthur out there. All right. If you like me and I'm Arthur, you just hit the like button for me. You subscribe if you want to. But like I said, Arthurs need love. You like Arthurs, right? You know Arthurs. It's a strong name, bro.
So I could see it going a couple ways here.
Don't you do that. Nah, you can't boo no Arthur, bro. You can't boo Arthur.
If the offense is bad, the fans early on are just going to be booing in general. So if that's specifically for KP8 or just the offense
general
thinking,
chaos. We like that.
It'll be general boos. Now, when the fans show their distaste for KP, if they do, hopefully we don't get to this point.
Hopefully. This is doomsday. Doomsday anyways.
It won't be booing KP8. It's going to be calling for the backup. Because that's what we do. When Mitch was in, we called for Kenny.
You're right.
When, was it this year? Were they
that
chanting Mason Rudolph?
Yeah,
that was during the Mitch 3-game run, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were chanting for Mason Rudolph.
And we were all surprised. It was like, they call it for Mason now.
Yeah, they're not going to be chanting like Kenny sucks or like boo Kenny or anything like that. The boos will be in general for the offense being bad. But unsatisfaction with the quarterback will be directed to cheering on the backup.
Respect.
And then with the coordinator...
Because we got there with Canada, but I feel like it was the accumulation.
I think he gets the benefit of the doubt for any direct booing or firing chance, at least for a year. Okay. Because I think, again, the boos will just be in general for the offense. I don't think we get to the point where you're saying fire Arthur. Because I think he will go past the quarterback.
And he's also shown...
If the quarterback plays bad, I think he's going to at least get an extra year.
He's also shown, too, just in his experience with Tennessee, that he will move on from a first-rounder. Now, he wasn't the head man, but Mariota was a first-rounder. And they did make that swap 6 games in with Tannehill, who was the half
Smith
blood
went against himself and
did it back.
Signed Mariota for the Falcons. That was his mistake. He was his own demise down there.
He was too smart for his own good. He's too smart. I forgot Mariota was down there.
Should have never went to Mariota.
Yes.
I could have told him that.
I forgot about Mariota spending some time down there. So yeah, man. Oh, shoot, man, I just lost it. No. There you go. Shout out to you, KG Beats, the one that shot him out. He said he called into work today and he caught it live. We appreciate you, man. Shout out to you calling in for work, catching us on the live, man. Let's get it.
Let's go, UW. Don't forget the Shriners Bowl is tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Honestly, the Smith hire with a day to sleep on it, I am just whelmed. It feels just lateral.
Lateral in which to who, though? That's what I'm trying to figure out, man. Because I know
better than Canada.
Yeah, I'm about to say a lot of people hated
Canada.
Matt Canada. So are we saying it was lateral to Canada? Because he's way more accomplished than Matt Canada. That was my only thing, man.
Yeah, not only is it better than Canada, when you look at the landscape, I, again, don't think there's anyone definitively better than Arthur Smith right now as an offensive coordinator. If you're hiring him as an
Just
OC.
specifically as an OC. Yeah, we ain't talking head, man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You can make a debate with anyone out there.
I did have a question for you, though. Are you content with it just staying with Arthur Smith, or would you want to also bring in a passing game coordinator?
Oh yeah, bring in Jared Johnson if he wants to come in.
Okay, we on the same.
Yeah,
page
something
there.
like that.
I swear I was like Gerard Johnson or even a B. Leftwich if he was open for it.
Yeah, I don't care.
I'm like, man,
we got our OC. I don't care about the rest.
Yeah.
If you want to give the full range
or
to Arthur Smith,
or even the QB coach, because who's the QB coach? That's the other dynamic.
I did see a report. It might have been from Dulac saying that it'll be Sullivan if he doesn't get hired as an OC, which is fine. Yeah. Whatever.
We know he had interviewed thus far with was it Vegas, and I thought it was another team he interviewed with.
I don't think there's any debate. He's a pretty good QB coach.
Yeah, I would agree.
All the quarterbacks that have been under him speak very highly of him.
Yeah,
and he's been with some big names too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bring in. I don't care. Bring in whoever.
And we saw Mason have success under him too, just in case Mason were to come back.
Yeah, bring in someone as a passing game coordinator, offensive assistant, second QB coach. I don't care. Let Arthur Smith make those hires, or bring in someone like Leftwich with a name, or Jared Johnson, who's more of an up-and-comer. I could care less at this point. Just, bring in extra quality coaches. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, Mike Munchak's one of the names I would like to see, but that's not happening. I saw reports saying that the Steelers are no on bringing back Munchak. Because I guess Pat Myers hasn't been fired or anything. I think he's still under contract. So maybe that's why they're saying no on Munchak.
You know, everybody else is like, yo, he's gone. He's like, dang, bro, how you fired that man?
I would, though, immediately if Arthur Smith said, hey, let's bring in Munchak to be the O-line coach. Yeah, I'd say, Pat Myers, pack your bags. Like, come on. Germ824. Arthur Smith saw Najee's big ass and had Derrick Henry flashbacks. Said, where do I sign? He's not getting Derrick Henry, though. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Don't do that, bro. They both went to Bama. It's got to count for something, bro.
He's not getting Derrick Henry.
They both went to Bama. They both were 22. They both got long hair.
I mean, Derrick Henry right now at age 30 is better than Najee Harris.
You making that hot. Don't make the block hot.
I am a little bit because Deke, we have Arthur Smith.
Oh, Deke, you made
and
the
there's
block
a clear
hot.
connection to Derrick Henry.
Yes.
Having Arthur Smith there as an OC.
So you go ahead and sell it on it right now. You like, listen, if you need a home, 22 is available. That's what Deke just said. I don't hate it. I just, I got it. That's just a little heavy-handed, man. X Concept says Najee over Derrick Henry, though.
No. I'm sorry, no. It's just, it's no. We're talking about a Hall of Famer here, King Henry. And he's not washed. If he was washed like AP, whenever AP was going to like Washington and Arizona and the Saints and all that, no, we're not at that point with Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Dude, I say why not?
Jim
Heim
says he would keep Najee over Derrick Henry.
I wouldn't.
President Nitty says he believes in Najee.
So why would people keep Najee over Derrick Henry?
I'm trying to find that too.
What's the reason?
Cheaper.
I don't even know about that. I saw on Spot Rack, Derrick Henry's market value right now is at $5 million.
That's still cheaper. Najee on a rookie
All
deal.
right, well, let's just say you get the same contract for both of them. It's Derrick Henry all day.
Younger.
I guess, but is he better? No, I don't think he's better. Derrick Henry can take 70 yards to the house. Najee Harris is getting stopped after a 25-yard game.
Who got better ball security? Who got
I
less
honestly
fumbles?
don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Bump that. Who got hit by Robert Spillane then? How about that? We ain't never seen Najee get hit by Spillane like that.
Yeah,
That's got to count for something.
I wasn't watching
That's got to count for
Steelers
something.
practices at training camp.
That got to count for something, man. All right. Jeez.
You're not signing Derrick Henry for a 5-year deal. You'd be signing for a 1 or 2 year deal. And for the next year or two, I'm still taking Derrick Henry.
No, so
Dude, a Derrick Henry average or below average year is a Najee good year.
Yeah.
Because we could talk about just 2023 what happened.
Yeah. The big arguments are going to be just the age and the contract, man, because they don't think of it how the projected contract is. They think of more what Derrick Henry has already been making, and they're just like, man, they don't see a scenario where Najee's going to get $12 million, right? If Najee gets $5 million, we're like, yo, that's the number. We were kind of like, yo, we don't want to go above that. Whereas for Derrick Henry, that's probably the lowest that he's going to be looking at. So with that, I think that's a legitimate part. And then, like I said, just the age part. They're going to say, yo, give me the youth. But I do agree with you also. It's like, man, I don't care about how old they are. If we're talking about in a 2-year window, Najee hasn't given us the same level of production, nor does he have the same attributes as a Derrick Henry. They both are big bags, but Derrick Henry isn't a big, slow, grind you out bag. This is a dude that, like you said, he can go
to the Hall of
90.
Fame.
And that's a big
They
reason.
called him King Henry.
It's and no, legitimate grown men was calling him King Henry, like legit, because that's what he became. Now he wasn't that early on, but he became that, and that's the part where it's like, what makes him so threatening and why he's able to have more explosive runs is because of how fast he is. It's like, yo, you're worried about him running you over, he could step around you and now put you on go. But then when you worried about him running and take you on that hamstring trip, that's when he see the crazy stiff arm when he running through 30 people. Najee has the I can run through you part, the stiff arm part, but he doesn't have the I can step around you and go 80. And that's the big disconnect, and that's why I do agree with you, Deke. He still is doing that now. Not like we talked about this from 2 years ago. He's still doing that now.
With a way
bro.
shittier team than he's ever had to deal with.
Absolutely,
the last 2 years, Tannehill's been getting hurt. The offense is just imploding right before our very eyes. All their weapons around him are depleted or hurt or just not good, and he's still carrying. He's carrying them as best he can.
I would say this: if I was making a case for why to go Najee over Derrick Henry, the youth part, it would be the money part, and then I'd also say, man, I kind of have a dope dynamic with Najee and Jaylen Warren. If I bring in Derrick Henry, man, all of that goes to heck.
You don't think we could have a dope dynamic with him and with Derrick Henry and Jaylen Warren?
Do you think when Derrick Henry gets going, we taking him off the field for Jaylen Warren? That's all I'm saying, bro. You said we used to call him King Henry, right? It's King Henry. When he get going, it's like, bro, you ain't bad. You ain't pulling him off the field, bro.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind taking less carries throughout the course of the season.
You know,
and we would just do the Najee Harris formula with Derrick Henry.
I know.
Have him heat up in the winter.
But see, that works on Najee Harris because Najee takes time to get it going like that. Not Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry been the man. Derrick Henry was what we call a franchise running back, man.
Depends on what he wants. I mean, because he's been leading the league in carries. I think it was like 3 or 4 of the last 5 years. Mm-hmm. Does he want a little bit of a break? Does he want a
it
tandem?
Just depends where you're at. Right.
Because if so, I think that would be perfect with Jaylen Warren. But if not, then I get what you're saying. It could get a little weird, a little claustrophobic in there.
Yeah.
It's a good problem.
Because I'm like, you can't have them both. I don't think you can have them both, man.
It's a good problem to have.
You're either looking at Najee and Jaylen Warren or the Derrick Henry and Jaylen Warren.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I don't think that it really works, though. Yeah, I just don't think that you're going to get as much of it. But I do like it, though. I mean, and if we're just simply who I want, man, of course, give me Derrick Henry. Give me the proven. Give me the one that I've already known can take me on that. Yeah.
I don't think it happens. I don't think
so
either.
Because I think his market is still going to be more than what we're willing to pay for right now, what we're going to be getting.
I will be interested in the market, but also he might just go to another team where they're in a better spot than us.
You said Buffalo?
That wouldn't work.
Why not?
You were talking about the whole dynamic duo not working here with Derrick Henry, Jaylen Warren. How's that going to work up in Buffalo? James Cook.
No, because James Cook is very different than Najee. Or are you talking about the Jalen Warren part?
Yeah, because you even said it might be a little weird with Jalen Warren.
Because Jalen Warren is an undrafted free agent, man. James Cook is not first round, second round.
So why is
he's a Pro Bowler?
Why is he gonna want to give up carries?
But they've already been rotating up there. You've already had a Latavius Murray. You've already had a Damien Harris. So once again, though, this is without your lead back being a part of it. The lead back is already accustomed to it. Derrick Henry is not accustomed to that. So you're bringing him as your new lead and saying, hey, do something that you're not accustomed to doing. James Cook, since they got drafted in Buffalo, he's only known 3-4 other dudes back there with him. So even though he excels and gets the most snaps, he still knows he's going to come off the field and it ain't going to be nothing crazy. He's like, yo, you coming off. And it ain't just for him. It's him and him.
Yeah, but that's the same way with Jalen Warren here.
Right. But this is before Najee. This is while Najee is here. We haven't been seeing Derrick Henry been doing that. So why are we just assuming that Derrick Henry's going to come here and be okay with that? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I don't.
Right.
I don't. But you brought up the Bills. I was like,
right.
how's he going to just be okay?
But he's not going to be the main.
Buffalo?
You think he's going to be the main dude over James Cook in there? No, I don't think he's going to be the main guy over. Nah.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Why would he sign there?
Because that's a true tandem.
Oh, then we could do the same here with the Steelers.
Jalen Warren ain't James Cook. What are we talking about, bro? I said Jalen Warren is not going to be on that field, bro. Not so. Jalen is there between a Pro Bowl running back splitting snaps versus the undrafted free agent. We like, hey, bro, we like you, but
Jalen Warren has what 1,100, 1,200 all-purpose yards.
You know, I could get with it.
Jalen Warren's legit.
You haven't had a Derrick Henry getting $5 million if that's what we talking about, bro. All I'm saying is, them dudes is not a rotation. Them dudes is not we splitting this. Them dudes is like, yo, if you paying him that, and that's what he would get here. Buffalo's a different combo because you already got something that's already proven, something that's already a Pro Bowler, something that's already
I get you. You're talking about from an organizational standpoint how they would do it. Right. But then I'm just like, the question still remains: is Henry good with it?
Because he still will be going to a different scenario, whether it's here, there, or anywhere else in between. But that was my only thing. It's like that's already been it. This would be different for him. I think he has a better chance of success here, though.
I could understand him going to the Chiefs. They got Mahomes, obviously. Those
and they run
those type of programs.
They run the ball a lot too.
So we'll see. We got Artie Smith though. We got his guy.
Yeah, we do. Because I'm trying to think, man, where else would he want to go? Go back to the guy that got you right.
That's what I mean.
Come back home. That's what we call it. Come on. Come to the guy that got you right, bro.
It's not like we're not going to be in the mix. You're coming from Tennessee.
We were just in the playoffs.
We just had 2 back-to-back bad seasons,
we were just in the playoffs, man.
We're never going to go worse than 9-8.
That's facts.
We're never going worse than 9-8. And we should have upside, especially if you're coming here. We got Arthur Smith. We'll see what happens.
Power running, man. Come on, bro. Pull up. I'm talking pull up.
Yeah, I'd be for it. I mean, I would like, in a perfect world, we got a 3-head monster back there. Derrick Henry, Najee, and Jalen Warren.
Listen, if they could all work together like that, I'm all down for it. I don't
think that happens.
I don't think those three going to play well together. Like, I just think
I think this is the easy out, too, to avoid the Najee Harris extension or 5th-year option talk, too.
But this is the easy out. But this is also part of, like, why I kind of would lean that you would want to stick with the Najee versus Derrick Henry, because now I'm about to go into what I don't want to do anyway, is just paying a running back. And
but you're saying this is like 2 years max, though.
Yeah.
And then you restart. Then you go back to the draft.
Yes.
Whereas Najee, you might be lingering for the next 4 or 5 years.
Who do you think would have the fresher 2 years though? Over these next, who do you think has fresher legs right now? I just think Najee might be a little fresher. He's
maybe going into that second year, but this year I'll take Derrick Henry over Najee.
This year I would. I'm with you.
Absolutely.
But if I'm I can guarantee I got Najee for the.
I think Henry will age well.
He's been aging well.
Yeah, he's been aging really well.
But now you get into that where you got to start playing that game of when does it happen?
Well, Jalen Warren could prolong his career if he's open to it.
Man, I see what you trying to sell it. I like you trying to sell it.
He's open to it. Instead of 320 carries, you're going to get 220, 250.
I like how you selling it, bro. I hope he buys it.
This is with all due respect to Najee. This whole conversation is with all due respect.
Yeah, you making it high.
Because if we're not getting Derrick Henry,
now you can be saying, I like you, Najee, come back.
Yeah, I think we got a good running back duo.
I'm saying Najee stock up. Okay?
I agree with that,
I was on record early.
But if you could get Derrick Henry.
Najee stock up. Okay? And yes, believe that. TG would love that a lot. Yeah, he definitely would.
Bringing in Henry?
Of course he would.
Oh, we got to ask him.
Yeah, I shot him the text. I would say it's 4-ish. Because I shot him text, I'm like, yo, he ain't text me back just. It was 4-ish. And I saw a lot of y'all, not a lot of y'all, but a good amount of y'all been pulling up like, yo, I ain't know starting at 4 today, man. Or starting at 3 versus 4. I put the little alert in the thing with the, you know what I'm saying, with the little time stamp. So y'all know. I mean, salute you. But let me see if TG ready also, all right? All right.
Is he good?
Heck no, he ain't good. He said he need 2 minutes. I told him.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm completely fine with running it back with Najee and Jalen Warren. But
Yeah.
That was before we brought in Arthur Smith as an OC.
Richard
A guy that
Arbizo.
has a direct line to Derrick Henry.
Richard Arbizo said you treated Najee like he Mason from last year, bro. That's what he said, man.
Well, that worked out.
I said stock up. I'm just over. I'm stock up on Naj.
That
When
worked
Arthur
out.
Smith
That
hired,
worked out with
stock
Mason,
up.
right?
Stock up.
He internalized it, bowled out.
Stock up. Okay. Just going that way.
It is, for sure. I agree with you on that, too. I got nothing bad to say about Najee. This is just being more pro Derrick Henry.
He said this is business.
I don't think, I don't think I'm crazy
It's
for saying
business.
that either. It's Derrick Henry. Dondre Zoe, which players will thrive in Arthur's system?
Najee, Jalen, Muth.
Connor Hayward.
I don't know about Connor just yet. I gotta see, because I don't know how we're gonna use him just yet, man.
Are we worried about Pickens and Deontay?
No, I think Pickens could be AJ Brown. That's how I kind of look at Pickens. I think DJ is the one I was trying to see, like, what does that kind of become? Because I don't know. I mean, he's obviously the guy that could win right now, but I don't know. It's just a different dynamic. It was just felt more pronounced for AJ Brown in that offense versus like him, because it was what D.D. Westbrook was down there for a little bit too, right?
And Atlanta?
Yeah,
Or with Titans?
with the Titans.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, it was AJ. I want to say Westbrook was down there for a little bit.
They had some bums
Yeah, it
They had a lot of
wasn't the
bumps.
most ideal situation.
after AJ Brown.
Yeah.
But I would assume Arthur Smith isn't stupid. He could adjust his system a little bit,
Yeah.
right? If we got to get Deontay the ball, you figure out a way.
Yeah.
Work with the personnel you got.
Exactly.
That's something that I
Come
complained
on,
about
man.
with Canada.
Yeah.
And it's something I thought Mike Sullivan and Eddie Faulkner did a
Corey
decent job
Davis, that's who it was. Hey, salute you, DJ Lundy. He said, yeah, Deontay Johnson could be the Corey Davis of the offense. Corey was a first rounder, if I remember. I think
He was.
Yeah, first rounder. Yeah.
Didn't really work out too well for him.
This is true.
Got money, though.
Is that the name of the game?
Depends. Yeah, it depends on what you're going for.
I like it. All right. So our crazy friend TG said that now he is ready for this 4:00 call. So hit that like button one time for this 4:00 call. You know how we do. All right. Let's get at it. They did have Robert Woods. Shout out to my young boy Robert Woods. Shout out to Mano. You know, Woods is my one of my like favorite wide receivers in the NFL. I don't know if you know that. I like his origin.
Robert Woods?
Yeah, I like his origin story, bro. I like it a lot. Yep.
Yeah, he had a not bad career.
He started out
decent.
he started out in a dope place too, man. It's like where he started at. Mm-hmm. All righty. Let's heat him up. Let's see what the homie talking about. Hey, Brandon Clark, you probably right too. Hello. You're
What's up?
okay. Is that my dog in them? Is that my partner in them right there?
What's happening?
Okay, ladies and gents, boys and girls, you know the children of all ages. We got the one and only former Pittsburgh Steeler, former West Virginia Mountaineer. They say it's almost heaven, Deke. One half of the locker mates, and more importantly, my mother freaking locker mate. We talking about Terence Garvin, aka TG. Hit the like button one time for TG joining the show today. TG, we got us another author in the building, man. I'm extremely excited about it.
Nice.
Talk to me, man. How you feeling about the homie Arthur Smith? Another great name joining the organization.
I think it's a good pick. I think people get discouraged because his head coaching record wasn't extremely high.
Man.
But he's been a real good offensive coordinator. I think it's great for him. You know, he gets to come in there. He gets to learn from Coach T a little bit. He gets to run that offense in a sense that's worked before because he got the same pieces he had at Tennessee that worked before, and he worked it so well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you know, you bring that back. I think it should help Najee out. It should help the run game out a little bit, a lot of it. I think it shows them the ability to run the ball. I think everything they're saying is they're trying to commit to what they got in here, and they're trying to run the ball. You know, so I think it brings you all that. I think it's a good pick. I think they try to go get that O-line coach with them though.
My check.
Man, they saying that ain't gonna happen. That's what they trying to say, man.
Much can't come too.
I agree with you.
I like it,
I'm
but
100% with you.
But what was the report you saw, right?
They just said
Keep
no.
the package together.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there's no opening. I think we're bringing our guy from last year back. I guess he's still under contract. Kind of was swept under the rug. It wasn't like a bulletin board story or anything. So I guess he's still here.
You know how you want to get it blocked, so it's like they just need to get it blocked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think they're gonna go try to put some money in that offensive line this summer. But they got the pieces. They got like a Tannehill type in Kenny. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you got a Derrick Henry type in Najee,
Mm-hmm.
or the two-headed monster. You know.
Now I know you're going down the offense and everything. A lot of the chat, have been waiting to hear your thoughts on this because Deke had sparked everybody's interest. You obviously know what he texted us in the group text. It was a picture of a running back that had 22 on. Initially, I thought that was Najee.
I thought it was too.
And then I looked again and I was like, Najee don't look like that. And then I was like, oh, that's Derrick Henry. Obviously, he says, or it's rumored that he's played his last game in Tennessee, along with Vrabel and company. So Arthur Smith coming here, we look back statistically, Derrick Henry's best seasons, along with Ryan Tannehill, were under Arthur Smith. So you trying to bring him here? Would you bring him here? And do you like that 22 over the current 22?
That might cost too much.
Let's talk about it.
How much you think?
I heard some numbers get thrown out here, so I need to hear from you.
You gotta get that 12. That's gotta get about 10 to 12.
That was along my lines. I heard something about half that though.
You gotta get that.
Spot Rack says $5 million market value. $5 million
you won't
per
get
year.
It for $5 million. You won't get that for $5 million.
Did he even get? I think he got 12 on his prime contract.
He got 12, bro.
Is he getting that again right now at 30 though?
But you don't lower your number like that though.
I agree. Five's probably too low.
I think 7 or 8 is best case scenario right now.
I think 7 or 8 is lowering his number for the right situation.
Yeah.
Because if you look at his press conference, he was quick to say, "Yeah, it gotta make sense now."
Yeah, he ain't just taking no crumbs on no. I'm trying to get a ring. No, bro, don't hit me with that. You know who I am. Because once you change your number is forever changed, Deke. Yeah, that's your number. He's like, yo, you gotta hit your number. And that's definitely one of the things that, for Derrick Henry, he has to be cautious about.
Yeah.
But do you think if it was at 7?
I'm saying even at 7.
I'm about to say, you doing that over Naj.
Would you do a swap?
Yeah, I don't think you do a swap. I mean, that's the younger form of it, I think I think you still believe in yours before you just do a swap on that.
Wait. I think you're talking from the Steelers' perspective. What are you doing?
What's TG doing?
I'm not doing a swap.
No,
I'm not doing a swap.
Now tell me why. Tell me. I need your reasons because I'm listening.
Because I got a 2020 Nissan. I don't need the 2017. Like, I'm all right. Like, you know what I mean? But they saying that's a 2017 Bentley, and this is a 2021 Honda Accord. But it got a lot of dents on it though, man. It's got a lot of miles.
But it's still a Bentley though. They said when you pull up, you gonna kill the parking lot. That's what they said. It's still the Bentley.
I mean, I guess they're both. I just don't think you can trade that. I don't think they take that trade. I mean, well, it's not the trade.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's free agent. Yeah.
So what are you doing? You just giving yours away?
You would trade Najee. No, you would sign Henry and then trade Najee.
Okay. I think you're going somewhere. I think that's all right. I mean,
because that's kind of the thought process. Yeah.
Yeah, what am I getting for Najee?
Because we're saying who do you think would be the more productive player in 2024? We're like, we're saying long term, Najee has more tread available on his tires, but in the
for 2 years max.
We like, man, Derrick Henry still possesses a gear that we've never seen Najee be able to have in terms of being able to go 60, right? We know they could both still run you over and got the stiff arm, but Derrick Henry still can step around you and go. And that's the part where it's like, well, for the right number, is that worth it versus the youth part that you have in Najee right now? You still have him under contract for the next 2 years if you wanted to. And then you could always reset process, bring in another young guy like we talked about, what you do with the running back market. So that was kind of the conversation back and forth with this right now.
I feel that. And that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like, I'm with you. I feel that. I don't know, because it's kind of like, this is a 1-year plan. This is a 1-year spot, if that's what you're saying. I think if you can get some value from Najee in the sense of trying to trade it, I think that's an upgrade. You know what I mean? But you got to try to get something in that. You got to get value now. Like, it's not, let me get next year, third. And, you know what I mean? It's like, no, everything's for right now.
Yeah, I need a pick now. Yeah,
I need that third round this year.
Timetable-wise, it could work because you think about a new league year starts in March. You don't have the draft until April. So realistically, free agency, we know you could have that deal done. You bring in a Derrick Henry. And now from there, we obviously know once that happens, it makes Najee all the way on the hot seat in terms of being able to be moved. But you also tip your hand to an extent when you bring in a Derrick Henry. Because now everybody's going to be looking and saying, you're not going to have Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, and Jalen Warren right now. Them two things are too much similar. And this one's the better version of that one. So you don't need this one.
I kind of feel like your two-headed monster makes up that one-headed monster to where you don't have to do that, you know, just for the number. But I think the value, if you can trade that Najee, you get a pick for that and get some pick for that. And you might still got your Warren, like you might got something.
Now how, but this is my thing too. When you're talking about paying Derrick Henry, whether it's the 5 or even if we're talking 7, I'm like, what does Jalen Warren doesn't have a role to that extent anymore?
Now you totally devalued him because if you're saying that, you're saying that's my running back.
If I'm paying a running back 5, 6, 7, or anything more than what you getting drafted to get, it's like, I've committed to you now. And that's the part where I just don't see them taking them snaps off of him for, unfortunately, the undrafted free agent. It does, like he balled out, but that's going to be a part of that convo, at least from my perspectives.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the business part. Yeah. I can't pay that, and then think I'm going to split carries. Like, it's nothing to split no more. That's it. This is your ball. Yeah. Like, I'm going through you, and we'll keep it moving from there. So it's like, I think that's why I think that's too high of a price tag they need other pieces. They need other things. I don't think that's just going to come in here and change a lot of stuff. Like, I don't think it's that. Like, and I think he's really good, but I don't think he's that. To just come change everything,
Hey,
and I mean, he's Mr. 2K. Like,
I don't think the move's happening. I'm just saying, I think it would be nasty if we had Derrick Henry and Jalen Warren next year.
Like,
that's King Henry, bro. The grown man call that man King Henry.
I don't think he's washed.
But you know how this thing go, man. Like, that was 2 years ago.
He's an older model.
Yeah,
but you're putting him back with the guy.
Even his years right now is like an average Najee year. Like a down year for Derrick Henry or an average year for him is like good for Najee.
That's super true. But at the same time,
that's what the Titans have been dealing with on offense right now. It's been a shit show. Like they got no one down there. They got no talent around them to open it up for him. Derrick Henry with Pickens and Deontay over here.
Come on, bruh.
But Derrick Henry gives you so much more, and I get that. But I think the two-headed monster actually gives you more than that just Derrick Henry. Because I think you get pass game. I think you get run game. I know you get pass blocking. I know you
screen game.
Well, I'll give you that if we bring in Derrick Henry and don't utilize Jalen Warren. I'll give you that for sure.
That's what I mean. Like, I just don't. I think Warren's a Steeler. Like, everything he did this year says he's a Steeler. Like, I think you'll see him like in a Rosie where you might not see him leave for a long time.
Yeah. Like, respect on that, and I agree.
That's the Steeler. So it's like I think his value is so high. Like
because
that's why I said it. Like I'm like, if you wanted to trade Najee and try to get some picks out of that, I feel that. Yeah. Like I think that's the move, and you could do something to, maybe you get a lineman out of that, or maybe you know what I mean. You just restart the wheel. You go get a running back in like the 6th, 7th. Now you got his backup, like his two-way monster, and you just keep it going from there. You know what I mean? You can get a big back out here. You can go get a Leonard Fournette for, you know what I mean, 3,000.
Yeah.
I mean 3-4 million.
Yeah. Or you could break the bank, get you a Saquon, huh? What'd you say now?
Then you got like now you can do that.
Because that's what Mike Lang asked. Mike Lang, he says, "What about Saquon?" He said, "What about Saquon?"
For that.
Now let's okay.
Wait, but isn't this the same conversation?
No,
I know
no,
Saquon
way different.
That's not
Way
even the
different.
same
But then
ballpark.
Jalen Warren ain't getting the ball then either, right?
No, that part is the truth. But
No.
that's gonna happen. Whoever you pay,
Saquon.
if you paying any running back over 5, 6, 7 mil, they're not rotating with Jalen Warren. That's
No,
my whole
that's
thing.
not a
It's
rotate.
like Jalen, you're gonna be a special teamer. You're gonna run down and tackle people on kickoff.
I don't like that.
That's what
You
you're
bring
doing.
Saquon.
Yeah.
I mean, real. You
I don't
bring
like that.
Saquon in and you let both of them go.
Seriously,
you try to
bro.
get value from both of them.
Yeah, like them
Yeah.
running backs, they view them as like
You trade all that.
franchise running backs, man.
Yeah. There's running backs and then there's running backs.
Because the way I'm
Yeah.
thinking is, I like what we got, Najee, Jalen Warren. I'm just thinking, all right,
Yeah,
like give me
cost-wise
the
is beautiful
upgraded,
right
give me
now,
the
too.
upgraded Najee.
Chrysler
Give me the guy who I
300s
think's
and
better
there's
than Derrick
Rolls
Henry. Now this Saquon, it's just
time out.
I'm good on the Saquon.
Say it again. Say it again.
Yeah.
What?
There's Chrysler 300s and then there's Rolls Royces.
If you've never
Yeah.
seen them together, they look really alike. You'd be like, yo, that 300 look just like this Rose.
Yeah.
Until you see them next to each other, you're like, bro, they're nothing
You
alike.
talking
And
about
then
Najee and Derrick Henry?
talking Derrick Henry, Saquon versus the Naj and Jalen Warren combo. It's like, bro,
Saquon is like,
that's,
okay,
that's
whatever.
a $300,000 whip compared to a
Yeah.
He's
$50,000
gonna
whip,
cost more
bro.
than
Yeah,
even Derrick Henry though.
Saquon
But
can
what
get
he
you together.
does is, that's,
I know he's good.
yeah, you know,
that might be too big for my
right,
britches
it's like that's
with the
all
running back
Saquon.
position.
But the good thing is this though, his number is 10 or less because he settled for 10 last year. So you know at least that's your starting point, 10 or less.
Get that for that.
10 or
Because
less.
that played all year. That played healthy too. You gotta
It did, but 10 or less.
Oh,
That's
But the whole thing of last year was, can you stay healthy? I just showed you I could do that. and
man.
I'm
Look,
still
bro,
Saquon.
but you did it for 10.
Give me.
10 or less. You play
You
running
say
back still,
10,
bro.
you say 10, I'm Saquon. I'm waiting till I'm making sure I don't get nothing else.
But let's be real. Who else is giving 10 plus? You know what?
Man,
That's
a
the
lot of
whole
people might
argument.
come give 10
No,
plus.
that's the whole argument. That's the whole argument. That's why all them teams started saying, bro, we're not going to give you more than this because nobody
But I
has shown
think
that we're going to pay
what's the
more than
mark
this.
at? Christian McCaffrey hit 14, right?
He's the outlier.
He's the outlier, but it just said it got it to a Super Bowl. Who else? Because who was the second guy?
Saquon or
That
Kamar?
It was Saquon.
Yeah.
But I think Saquon can get 12 this year. I think his value because he played all year. He said he took a healthy year.
The stats
I
really
think
aren't there.
Bro, 12 is
The
a lot
stats are
for
not
bro.
there.
12 a lot for that running back. You know that, bro.
How
You
old
know
is
that.
He ain't
He's only
even hit
like
1,000.
26.
He ain't but he didn't got dumped. He didn't
3.9 yards per carry.
He didn't got hurt.
hit a lot.
Listen, I ain't tripping on them 3.9.
Hit a lot.
The 3.9, that's
listen,
worse than Najee.
I don't care what you talk. I'm not tripping on that. I am not tripping on
I
that
don't
part.
care what he does.
I don't
He
care
can
about none of
That's
that.
the same
1.2.
case for me saying, like, I
Yeah,
think Derrick Henry still got it.
seriously. I'm
He
like,
didn't
bro,
have as
I
much
Hit at the
definitely
right time, it's gone.
Seriously, bro.
That's a home run hitter.
Yeah, that's scary you on defense.
Yeah, we got a plan for this.
Yeah, Saquon,
Okay.
Najee, those are scary. Saquon, like at this stage, more scary than Derrick Henry right now.
But I guess here's the thing. We got Arthur Smith as the OC, though.
This is also true.
And Derrick Henry, we got to see him
I got-
work with him over with the
Like
Titans.
he's gonna. But you can't put that type of pressure in his back. Like he's gonna come in here and this run game is just gonna miraculously do that. He just got he's gonna run this like. There's only so many runs you can run. It's just how you block it. Like to me, it's that O-line coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's where that
We got to
the
win in the
value
trenches
was Munch up there with him that year he did that?
in Tennessee.
No,
Yeah.
No.
No,
He
he
wasn't?
was. I think he was. He was either chilling or he was over with the
Yeah.
Broncos.
Okay, who was the O-line coach?
I
I'd
don't
be
know.
curious to know that.
Yeah, bring in that guy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think that's sort of I think he's gonna give you some schemes. He'll give you some pin and pulls. He'll give you some, some powers. You got to think like Harbaugh. Harbaugh's gonna come give you them big powers. Like these dudes are gonna bring their little spice to it, but it's kind of like it's still gonna be that same power. Like you got to get people to move people.
Yeah.
You got to think.
And that's
Tennessee
why I
has
also thought that with this that now offensive line, whether you're talking draft or free agency, really goes to the forefront because of the style. Yeah.
Remember, Tennessee built that for a long
Talk
time.
about that. Yeah.
Like, that's all they was on for a long time. They're like, sooner or later, it's going to hit. Yeah, we're going to get linemen. I think they had an elite left tackle, a left guard in there. They had a right guard in there. They had a squad.
They had an O-line, bro.
Yeah, they had an O-line in there. Like, most of them got paid. I think that whole O-line
all of them got paid. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, and I mean, obviously, you don't have the rushing king without having a really, really good O-line. So it's like, the scheme was there, but them boys was moving people. Yeah. You know?
So, Keith Carter, he was 2019 Titans O-line coach. That ring a bell?
Nah, you said it's O-line coach? That was No, I did not.
Keith Carter.
I'm shocked he's not like an elite name.
Now, what was your thoughts though in terms of the timing of it though, man? In terms of the timing of them hiring Arthur Smith compared to some of the other names that are still technically available right now.
Would you prefer someone else?
Yeah, man. I thought it was fast, but I mean, the Steelers want to get stuff done. Like, they're not here to play what you like. There's a lot of names still out there. There's a lot of big.
Bro, you got a Bieniemy, you got a Gerard Johnson. Yeah. We talked about even at the time. Leftwich still out there. Clint Kubiak is still available. We even said even with Kingsbury, it's just all these different names, whether they're big time, small, up and coming. It was just like, all right, premature.
But I thought it said we know what we're looking for and we know what we want. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like a date. And like, I'm not really, I know it's a lot of pretty people in here, but I know exactly what I want. And I want,
that sounds like you a Mac Daddy, bro. Don't be talking like that on the line, bro. Right? Come on, man. Boy, like, it's a lot of y'all out here, but you know, you exactly what I want, bro.
You're exactly what I want. All right. I want somebody to come in here. I want to run the ball. I want to get the quarterback game. I want to move the quarterback a little bit. I even want to get an option or two in here. And let's get it going. We're seeing what you do. Even more what he did with Najee. I seen what you did with Tannehill. I seen I didn't mean to say Najee, but you know.
I'm with you. But that's the thing that I think makes it appealing if you're a Kenny supporter. Because you look at what Tannehill did in 19 and 20 directly following what happened to him in Miami. And it's like, bro, really turned up. And that's when you saw, number one, the best seasons of his career. But that was also where he also had the most production in terms of winning and taking his team to an AFC championship and then going on to get the nice contract afterwards.
So it's like even bigger than King
Yeah.
Henry. He did this with Tannehill. And I got a Tannehill look like tight. Like,
oh, don't you say that now. Don't you say that.
Go ahead. It's already been brought up.
Go
ahead.
Man, I said Tannehill. It's crazy. I said Tannehill 2 years ago, and
Deke hated it. Deke was upset.
I remember Deke was like, "You're crazy," and now it's like, "What's the irony that coach comes over here?"
Hey, you know that year when we talking Tannehill too, man. Full off season with the guy, full year with him, 2020. You know he threw for 3,800. You know he had 33 passing through the air, touchdowns, only 7 picks. I mean, my dog. It looked all right.
He looked like
trash.
When he got that bag, did they pay it that summer or the next?
It was that summer they paid him, and that's when Arthur Smith left. Because 2021 was when Arthur Smith went over to be the head man in Atlanta. All them dudes, that's when it all split, and then from there started to go the opposite direction. So yeah, that thing went 3,700, 2,500, 1,600. Yeah. Slippery slope. He caught lightning in the bottle though.
Okay.
He iced him.
Yeah, because before that, the final season he had in Miami was 11 games, 1,900 yards, 13 games, 2,900 yards. Did have a 4,200 though. He gave us one of them, Deke.
That was all fantasy stuff.
It was
down in Miami.
Yeah, it was a 6 and 10er.
Smoke and mirrors.
It was a 6 and 10, and then he had a 4,000 on an 8 and 8er. You know.
Okay.
So that's obtainable for Kenny though, bro.
Okay.
That's obtainable.
I think that's very attainable.
And during those times in Miami, 13 picks, 17 picks, 12 picks, 12 picks, 12 picks,
yeah,
9
had
picks.
8 in those 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Or combined 16. Is it 8 in each of those seasons?
6
2019 and
so
2020?
2019 he had 6 interceptions in 10 and 12 games, and then in 2020 he only had 7 picks, but he had 33 touchdowns and he had 22 touchdowns the first year.
Yeah.
So 22 to 6, 33-7 touchdown to interception ratio. That is something that we would love if Kenny could, number one, get that and the touchdowns, because that's one of the complaints with Kenny too.
I could care less about the stats. I just want to win, and I want to see us perform.
But this is a big part of winning, though.
For sure.
Heck yeah.
I mean, that would be a step up for Pickett. But you just do good in the big winning moments.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Listen, man, your quarterback account for 33 touchdowns, man. That's doing big moments, big winning, man. Quarterback account for 20 plus touchdowns. That's big. I like it, man. I like it.
I think it's a good sign.
Yeah, that's what we say too.
Yeah. I think it's even bigger than a good sign. I think it's what they wanted, and that's all it's about. It's not about what everybody. It's what they wanted. This is what we want to do. This is who we're gonna be. This is what we're doing. So it's like it's not all that up in the air. It's not gray. It's like this is what we're doing. Let's do it. You know.
Now, in terms of the quarterback room, does this change your perspective about what you think will take place this offseason? Or do you still think it's going to be the Kenny Pickett show? Or do you think that we bring in somebody else differently in? Or do you think Mason is going to come back now based off of this hire?
I think it's the Kenny Pickett show. I think that's what we said. But I think, like we're trying to bring some special guests to make sure. So, but it's the Kenny Pickett show, Like I know I heard the whole thing, like they want Mason back too and all. I think this is gonna be tough for like. I think Mason needs to go somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Deke was interested in bringing Tannehill in for competition. How'd you feel about that one?
Yeah, he could be the backup.
He said Kenny could compete with him.
I think that'd be a really good
pickup. Just who you think that competition going, man?
I think that'd be a real good pickup. Somebody to teach him some offense, give him some confidence, give him some I've been here, I've been there, I think that'd be a really good pickup.
I think all for it. I just think that Tannehill is too big, though.
Mariota. Yeah. Mariota. Like
no,
I think somebody.
No, not Mariota.
I like a Mariota. I ain't tripping on that. You brought up Sam Darnold before. I ain't tripping on that.
Sam Darnold.
I think that's more the range. I like them ranges. I feel like.
I think they need somebody who can run. I think they need somebody who can run, but at the same time, he can mimic Kenny-ish. Like you don't have to change the offense ever. You can still be you through the whole offense.
Hey, look, when in doubt, get my dog Tyrod Taylor. You know what I'm talking about. Super Bowl champ with the Baltimore Ravens too. Salute him. All right, come on, man. Yeah.
Tyrod would be interesting,
Yeah.
But just somebody, I think they somebody that can move. That's all. That's what I'm saying. Somebody who can move.
Now, Moats thinks if Tannehill comes in, he thinks Tannehill is beating out Kenny.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have the ability to beat him out in the beginning.
I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you said, but yeah.
Like, even if he do, I don't think he do.
Because I know what you said. Hey, look, he can't lose. It's fixed.
Yeah. I don't think you would ever be able to see it happen.
It's fixed.
The situation wouldn't pop up. Like
they say, I don't care how we gonna get to it. We got QB1 already. All right.
Kenny's gonna start next year. Like I don't know that.
All right, yeah.
Kenny's gonna walk out there game one.
TG, would the boss man say he wants you? All right, bro. Everybody's competing for second place, bro.
They're on that. Like they're good with it.
Kenny's for second place, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Kenny's gonna start. What are we talking about? We'll figure it out later.
Yeah. Now it might not end it as a starter. But I think, I did. The deck is loaded. They said the deck is loaded, bro.
Gonna be the one. This thing start out, you gonna start with.
He said, he might beat him out, but he ain't beating him out. It ain't gonna matter.
Beat him out.
This is true, man. And we know the boss man isn't biting his tongue, because in that same interview, he spoke very glowingly about one, and then the other, it was a little bit different approach when they asked him about Mitch. So. He ain't sugarcoating. It's like, all right, I see the difference. All right, and this one you definitely say, okay, all right, I follow you. Like,
and this is who starts.
Yeah.
This is, we'll figure out the next piece.
Unless you about to go out there and tell the boss man, hey, you wrong, boss man. You need to do it this way. You go out there and tell him, I ain't mess with it. Boss man said that's what it is. That's what it is. So
that's what it is.
That's what it is. That's what it is. But shoot, man. Did you have anything else on the Arthur Smith thing before we switch it up?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Well, we did have some AFC, NFC, championship games that took place this week. You know, your favorite team, the Baltimore Ravens, were out there versus the fighting Taylor Swifties. What was your thoughts on that game first off, man? Talk to me, baby. Talk to me. Come on, hey, man. You better stop playing with them Swifties, bro.
That's what we call them.
Hey, man. I knew you was trouble. Don't do that. You get that bad blood if you want some of this karma, okay? Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's what we on over here. I see red.
Oh, man.
All right, this what we on. All right. So, what was your perspective, bro? You know what this was about, man. I tell you, bro. I opened up IG after the game. I didn't see any highlight, any touchdown. It was a kissing montage, 4 pictures of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. So yeah, bro,
no.
I promise you, it wasn't like it was. Oh, they're getting together. Oh, the lips are about to touch. Oh, the lips just touched. Oh, now they separated. Oh, now they're walking away. And I was like, did I really? Was that the post? And no, it was no. I was like, it was like a highlight, it was like a catch, a throw, or something. It was like, nah, that's the post, bro. So yeah, man, it's the Swifties.
Is their relationship legit enough for you? Or are you still not buying it?
It's real. I mean, I think you don't see all that money she bringing in.
Hey, she, the NFL got a free $1 billion deal.
Yeah,
they got a free corporate sponsor,
and that's just with the NFL. We don't know his numbers. Like his numbers are crazy right now.
His numbers through the roof. All his every engagement is stupid. Anything he post, anything he sell, promote. Come on, bro.
I don't think he can leave. I think we're here now.
Hey,
I mean, no,
I
don't wish any evil on them. I think those, but
they locked in.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm watching the movie too.
TG, when
I don't know if they can right now. Like
TG,
it's so loud.
When the news, really when the morning news, Good Morning America, let off on Monday, they weren't talking about, oh, look at the Chiefs Ravens game. The story was Taylor Swift has a concert in Japan the day before the Super Bowl. If she leaves at X time, she has this much time to fly back. Her flight tracker is this, and everybody can follow along. They said that is going to be watched more than the pregame show.
Man. And
they not even lying, TG. They not lying.
I've seen the table starting to turn. They jumping on his head like, why you not going to the...
Why you ain't going to watch her? She fly all over the world for these games, and you ain't gonna go to the concert? I peeped it. I said, "Well, you playing with fire."
No way.
Yeah, bro, dead serious. It's like, yo, he's not gonna go. It's the Grammys, right? He's like, yo, he's not going to the Grammys. Yeah, he was like, I just ain't going to the Grammys. They're like, yo, she goes all over to these games, home and away, through the weather, and you ain't go. What? Yeah, bro, he gotta be careful with that one, man.
You feel me?
And that's a power fan base. That's like the Barbs. That's like the Beehive, bro. They different over there, man. Right. Shout out to us Swifties. All right, Swifties got to stick together. You know me. I'm in line with that's the pink. All right, I'm roll with you, man. But yeah, man, what was your thoughts though on the game, man? Mahomes, Lamar.
I just didn't think the Ravens looked like the Ravens. Like they just they ran the ball 6 times. Like. That's not who they came there to be, Tough, man. I felt bad for the people, man. I felt like we as a nation took that one, man. That was a tough one, man. Like, but one thing you could say, I felt like we was watching Space Jam, man. You call it what you want.
Shaq and Kobe out that joint, bro. That's Shaq and Kobe out there, bro.
Man, that Mahomes a bad boy. Like I thought they ran a real good scheme. Like I didn't think they gashed him. You know what I mean? But I thought they did everything they needed to do to win. That back shoulder.
You couldn't stop
that. That back shoulder in the end zone was wicked.
Did your boy Kyle Hamilton filthy? Yeah.
I'm a cover guy, so I'm like, that's tough. That's a lot. You put that on the money. That's it. I mean, bro, they're tough, bro. Them boys is tough. Like, them boys throw the ball. Them boys got a good scheme. Them boys know
running that thing.
They can run the ball. They just got a good scheme to them. And, like, bro, he can make any throw. So you're always open. Like, no matter what, you're open. So all that zone, like, nah. Everybody got to get somebody. And then he's throwing that open. So you always got the ability. Like, no matter what, he's just a tough day.
Yeah.
I don't care the side, he's a tough day. So it's like, them boys just didn't, they offense just didn't get going. Even the touchdown they had, like, that was just on some Lamar. Like, great play, Lamar. Like, that was nice. You know, the fumble in the end zone, that was tough. That hurt. That was heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's bad time.
Heartbreaking.
Bad time.
The football got him back. You
bad
did that bad penalty. Got you back.
Got you back. Oh, you want to talk? You want to spin that football?
Yeah.
Don't worry, we got you.
Calm down.
Football justice. We spin the block on you. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
That was tough. That was heartbreaking. That was a big one. It was one time they could have took the 3.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a big moment. I think that changed. The thing is, points change momentum's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like people feel the pressure of like, all right, they're
gotta
here.
Score. Yeah.
Yeah, it changes things. You know? So I'm always a person, I'm a points person, like personally. I'm always like, go get them little points and like put the pressure on
just
people.
Just keep scoring. Make them have to keep scoring.
Keep scoring.
Yeah.
Keep scoring. And I think Mahomes want to play that game, but I just feel like that wasn't, man, they just didn't score. Like Baltimore just didn't score. Like, I don't know. I do wish Lamar, I don't think the media gets to people and stuff, but I do wish he took it into his hands and went ahead and just took off a couple more times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, all right, forget it. Let's just figure it out. Stop me now. Stop.
Well, speaking of Lamar, where you at with the Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen conversation now?
No, Josh sucks. He already told me Josh sucked because Josh lost last week to Mahomes. So
nothing
Josh
changed.
Sucks. Yeah.
As much as people want to kill him, nothing changed. This didn't change who Lamar is. You know what I mean? Like, you just, call Malone right now. Call Malone. You feel me? KD.
Josh Allen has played Mahomes better than Lamar Jackson.
So does that make him Dirk? I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, what would I got? Because Josh has definitely looked better. Josh looked better. I'm just throwing it out there. The Bills look better. Josh looked better.
Looked better, or the game looked better?
Josh and the Bills looked better last week, bro.
Did Lamar look bad though?
He ain't look better than Josh. That's all I'm saying.
I don't feel like he looked bad.
Did he look better than Josh?
Yes.
No, he did not.
I've seen
you saying that with pride, bro. We talking the division round and then the following week AFC boys.
I don't think there's a better way to lose. I don't think there's a pretty loss. There's no pretty lose. All
I'm saying is my loser look better than your loser right now. That's all I'm saying, bro. My loser look better than your loser.
All losers are ugly. Like,
he said, "Yo, you think it's a pretty loser?" Yes. All right, mine's a little bit prettier than yours. All right, how about that?
Losers.
It still sucks, but mine just a little bit less. All right, just a little bit less. Yeah.
So that was tough.
And then you saw where the DC just took the Seahawks head coaching job.
I seen that.
Yeah, how'd you feel about that, man? McDonald, right? Yeah.
Is he defensive guy? The offensive guy?
Yeah, defense.
He was the DC. He was the DC. Yeah, now he's the head coach now at Seattle. So yeah.
Okay. That's all right. You're gonna run that 3-4, you're gonna bring that heat.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's cool. He's 36, youngest coach in the league.
You think Patrick Quinn gonna go out there now?
I can see that.
Because you think obviously with the Bobby Wagner element of it, you bringing your dude, you want to have this is my staple piece on defense if I'm gonna be the head coach here, man.
Yeah, he probably try to grab a couple pieces out of the.
Yeah, low-key, you got some opportunities, man.
A defense biting. You're going to try to grab a couple pieces out of there. Like, what else can he get, Yeah. But, I think that's good. Like, I always like defensive coaches to get head coaching jobs, No, I think a defensive-minded head coach brings that certain culture, that edge. Yeah. I always like that. So, I think that's cool. That's good. To go out there and make it do. Could help your boy.
Hey, look, I already knew you would be excited to, going from your favorite childhood team to like your favorite professional team. You know what I mean?
Man.
Yeah. Going from Baltimore to I said, oh, TG's gonna love. I couldn't hear a negative remark out of this one. I said, oh yeah, let me hear this one, man. Let me go. All right.
No.
All right, and then.
I thought that other game. I was
about to say, what was your NFC Championship thought process, man?
That was the game of the day. Mm-hmm. Now he first took the 3 points. I stand on that.
Hey, look, which time?
That in the fourth quarter, he should have took them 3 points.
Yeah,
I thought Detroit jumped. I thought Detroit emotionally came out hot. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I think San Fran is just a better team than them, and you've seen that. Like San Fran calmed the noise. That was championship caliber. Like That was a championship level win. I think San Fran will go win the Super Bowl. But like they started slow. They came out hot off of the second half. They calmed all their noise down. They went back to the roots of who they are, and they came back. When it was 24-7 right before halftime.
The fumble and that bounce off the face mask. That's the sequence. Yep. I know what I'm following you. Yeah.
Before halftime, they took them 3 points. They needed to try to score there. I thought he should have tried to kill him instead of going up 24. He needed to go up 27.
Yeah,
it would have been 28-7. He needed to try to kill him right there. And I know momentum says if you don't get this, it hurts. But I think that's the one that you tried to kill him.
Gotcha.
I thought you tried to kill him at the wrong moment. Like he did him wrong to me.
Yeah.
I thought he cooked him up in the second half. Like, let's see if you can hold on. You know, when you get them big leads and start making
that pressure started hitting, bro. Seriously,
that pressure jump on you heavy.
Bro, you be sitting here like 21-14. You like, dang, it's only 14 now. Dang, that lead only 10 now. Dang, that lead only 7. Like, how we get to there, bro? What?
Here come the fumble. Here they come.
Hey, you start looking around like, hey, bro. Hey, we about to do this? I know you about to do this, bro. We tripping today. Oh, we tripping out here. Yeah, that's real. That is real.
Oh yeah.
So did Purdy move up for you?
Where do you rank Purdy?
Man, I thought Purdy balled. I do. Oh no, I'm still trying to figure out where to put him. I think Purdy balled though. You know?
I think he's at least top 10 right now.
I thought he balled as well.
I think Purdy's above the medium, you know. I think Purdy's a good player. Like, Purdy is what he is. Like, he's blessed to be in a good system, and he makes the right reads, and he does what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like,
he don't fold.
He what?
He don't fold either. Like, that counts.
He don't fold.
Yeah, the moment don't be too big for him, yeah.
He don't make a bad throw. Like, you call it what you want. He not just out there making just bad throws. Like, he going about his reads, and he making the read he's supposed to make. Like,
playmaking, too, on the ground.
Yeah.
He took off a couple of times. He looked fast.
Low key, they look in the second half. He hit the one. I'm like, okay, Purdy, you
fast.
adding that'll hurt you. That'll hurt him. Yeah.
And he finished him. That one run finished him. Broke their heart.
It did. It was like the 20-plus yarder. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That broke their heart. That's like, no.
Because you assuming that you could just, turn your back on this thing, man. He ain't running until that thing pulled. You like, oh.
Coverage to it. We had it fitted up.
Yeah.
And they hit us with that. Like,
that changed everything. Seriously.
Man. We can't get out of here. Time can't run out fast enough. Like, it's just tough, So, tough one, heartbreaking. I think Detroit put their heart out there,
Yeah.
I think Detroit put everything they had out there. So, it's like, I think they want to run it back. I seen the offensive coordinator went back. They're trying to bring this thing back. So, but that was a tough one.
It ain't no guarantee, man. Seriously. Should you get that close?
Hard to get there.
Seriously, man. Seriously. All right. Okay. So, did you fully confirm? You said that Purdy's just in the top half. You didn't give us like a hard top 10, top 5, top 15. He's in the top half.
He's in the top half.
All right. Respect.
He's in the top half.
Respect. Better. How would you compare him to Kenny? Just out of curiosity.
He's above Kenny.
All right.
He's above Kenny.
That's a low shot right there.
No, man, because somebody put it. Howard said that he's Kenny's standard, and I was like, I just wanted to make sure that was confirmed by TG before I said that Howard Mills said that. But Howard Mills did say that.
What about some of the names we were bringing up yesterday? Trevor Lawrence.
He's in that room.
That's what I mean.
Is he better or worse?
Who you taking?
Who you taking?
Right now, I take Purdy.
All right, that's what I said too.
All right, let's go down. Let's Dak Prescott.
I'd take Purdy.
I'd take Dak.
Well, you said you take Dak over Josh Allen.
Yeah, I take Dak over Josh. I take Dak. I don't mind. I
Joe
like
Burrow.
Dak.
Joe Burrow.
No, I take Joe over.
Okay. Lamar Jackson.
I definitely take Lamar over that.
Okay. Justin Herbert.
I take Justin Herbert over that.
Okay. Jalen Hurts. What about Jalen Hurts?
I take Jalen. He's in that room. I take Jalen over.
Yeah, that's the
I
spot.
think
It's like Hurts, Lawrence, and Purdy.
Seriously,
Like,
I'm like, dang, that's the one. Because as much as I look at Hurts, I'm like, Purdy, you don't have the legs like that, but I think you a little bit better with that arm. I like your arm a little bit.
Purdy's decision making.
I think he don't make bad plays. Yeah,
but I'd like to see Jalen over there. Like, and I think Jalen.
This is also true. Yeah,
you know what I mean. I seen Sam Hubbard go over there and light it up. Like, like, bro, that scheme's wicked. And I'm not just saying it's all scheme, but you know how to move people out the way. You better know what you're looking at.
If your eyes are wrong, the scheme will kill you. If your eyes are wrong, you can kill you. Yeah.
And let's be honest, like, it's a George Kittle in there. It's a
Debo, a Ayuk, bro. Yeah, they got some dudes
Debo
now.
getting the jet sweep. Because I was like, it's going to Christian McCaffrey. You give it to Debo on the jet sweep behind a big Trent. Like, it's a lot in there.
They got pieces, bro. They got pieces. It low-key remind me of Dak early on, though, bro. Dak early on had the crazy old line with some pieces, man. He had the young Zeke, and then he had Dez, and he had a Wit in it one time. So it was like, all right, I can see it. Yeah.
They remind me of that Jacksonville that, like, cashed out. Like, it's like,
I know, with Bortles and all them boys. Yeah.
Yeah, and they went with the quarterback. Like, this team can't keep all this. This team's going to buy out in a minute now.
Yeah.
Like, this is a Super Bowl run team. They bought this team. Like, you know, they've drafted. They've done well. Like, so it's like this need to click now. Like this the second. They're all seniors basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're trying to go win this now today. So they're back. It's a rerun. It's the rematch.
Just a different quarterback. You right though. We're gonna find out, man. We're gonna find out. So we can get your pick next week. Don't give it to us this week. We get it next week. But all right.
He did say 49ers already though.
Early on, that's where he's leaning. Early on.
I think TG might have switched his pick last year.
I think he might have. Come on, man. Yeah.
Midway, yeah.
Shoot, and all yours is just the weird interview process going on. He'd be like, you know what, I'm switching back. I'm going over here now. Heck yeah, man. Or remember when New England was it who was it Logan? No, who is it? Malcolm Butler. They randomly benched him like the night before. He was like, yo, what happened here? He was like, I don't know. Yeah, anything can happen, bro. Anything.
True.
So we got time. But I like it, man. You got anything else on your side though, real quick, man?
I don't think so.
Teach, you got anything on your side? Because unfortunately, I gotta go be like I tell people I know you, and they treat me like I'm a celebrity at times. So I gotta kind of do like this thing. So I like, you know what I'm saying? So we had to go a little early today. But I told people I knew you. So they was like, oh, Moats, can you pull up? I was like, dang. All right. Because they know I know you. Okay. So I'm just throwing it out there, bro. Just throwing it out there. But you got anything else on your side, man? What you got on your end, man?
Man, I'm all right, man.
Let's get it.
You know. That Lamar was tough on the people, man. You know.
Hey, look, us Josh Allen supporters, you know, we appreciate you guys. That's it. We appreciate you. I was like, you know what, man? Don't get on Josh. Don't get on Lamar like that, man. It was all right, Lamar. It happens. It happens. All right. It's your first time going against the boogeyman in a big moment. It happens. Okay. Not all of us can, you know, get filled by 13-second defense, wide right X drop pick. Yeah, I bet you would have been complaining about Stephon Diggs if that was Lamar Jackson throwing that ball. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If it was Lamar Jackson throwing it.
If Justin Tucker Justin Tucker would have missed a field goal.
He'd have been over that joint big loud. Hey, man, no, it was because of this. It was because of that. This, he like, no, everybody played bad, bro. It's a team. This is Baltimore's team. It's all good, though. It's all good. You know that. You know it's all good. Your man's going to get the MVP. I don't agree with it. 100% don't agree with it, okay? But either way, it's all good, all right? So, yeah, we're going to spin the block on you next week like how we always do, baby. But appreciate you again, man. My dog. Peace. Shout out right there, man. Terence Garvin, a.k.a. TG. One half of the Locker Mates. Been rocking with us. All right. So, rapid fire. Through the supers.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah, we can get up. Yeah, because like I said, I do got to do some, you know, do some of that, act like I'm important type stuff.
Russell Sports, not sweating on Kenny yet. Don't forget Bradshaw sucked for his first 5 seasons.
Did he suck? Dang. All right.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to tell everyone to watch that Terry Bradshaw documentary.
Oh, you did say that. It's
very interesting. Right. Very, very interesting. Now, those are different times. I don't know if we could just sit back and allow subpar QB play for 5 seasons.
Different level of suck, too.
Yeah, I think Bradshaw was actually worse than Kenny. Yeah. for those. I think it was. I think it was really bad. Like fans hated him, or at least he felt that way. They were booing him pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then that's what happened. Or that's how his relationship with Steeler fans is kind of it's like weird because he started winning and
he's like, I remember when.
He still thinks, or at least whenever he retired, he felt like the Steeler fans still didn't like him.
Yeah.
And he hadn't been back to Pittsburgh for, I think it was like 20 years or something like that. He finally, I think it was the first year of Heinz Field. He came back for like a halftime ceremony, and it's a very, very interesting documentary.
Like I said, now that I got more free time now, it's definitely get into rotation.
It's the one with I think a couple million views. It's just called Terry Bradshaw documentary. I think.
Let's get it.
It's not The Football Life. It's one where he's just doing a sit down with one of the Sables. It's like 50 minutes probably. Every Steeler fan needs to watch that.
You heard him. And it's got to be dope because Deke actually watched that over Coming to America Air Friday. All right. So salute it.
Greg Yeager.
Man, that's interesting too. I didn't mean to cut you off, but Pittsburgh Tidy has said that Bradshaw was actually benched multiple times during that time frame.
He was benched. Yeah, he was benched in the year we won the first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
74. He was benched like midway through the season. Then we win the Super Bowl, and then he becomes the franchise. Interesting. Yeah, because we drafted him in 69. So 69 up to 74, that's 5 years right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Greg, Howard Mills said he would have had to live in another state if that was today's time frame. It was like, geez, man.
Greg Yeager, could y'all see us going heavy O-line in the draft?
1,000% could. I think early on that might. I don't think it might. I think that will be more of a focal point. Now we'll obviously how the draft, like the board falls and stuff like that, but I could definitely see, O-line being one of them things that we're going to be targeting. And it would also go in line with what we're hoping for, right? In terms of a revamped offensive line. Last year, you invested a first-round pick in Broderick Jones. Broderick came in, played as a rookie, started as a rookie, did really good as a rookie. Now we'll see, whether he stays at right tackle if we put him at left. But ultimately, what will help us with our offensive line, going to get another one of them high pedigree young offensive linemen, whether you're talking the center, or I know the Jackson Powers guy name is going to continue to come up more and more as this thing goes. But just across the board, this is a good offensive line group from what I've seen, or at least from what I've heard initially. And like I said, with that, I could definitely see it, especially with the Arthur Smith hire.
Let's go, UW. Deke's got no loyalty unless they go to Pitt. I take offense to that.
That's said, not true. I seen somebody said we should trade Kenny for a Banter. It'd be working. It would be good, bro.
No,
that way you get your.
That'd be stupid.
That's where you get your guy, man. You get your guy. You know what I mean?
That'd be stupid.
Can he get a great opportunity coming at Aaron Rodgers off the Achilles? Oh, he could beat him out.
No,
bro.
That'd be stupid.
Come on, man. Yeah, it'd be perfect, bro. It'd be perfect. We get a Banter too. It's a one for one. Just player swap.
No, that would be foolish. More worthwhile to keep Kenny around and see what he could do in his third year.
Go. Hey, and Rod Dallas, salute you, man. You shouted out my shirt. Team Buttercup over here, with the Powerpuff Girls. It goes with the shoes.
Sean McCartney said the same thing.
Hey, shout out to you, Sean McCartney, man. I appreciate you, man. Yeah. I like little Buttercup. She represents me, I'm like nice and not nice. Kind of cool. I'm kind of angry. It's Buttercup. But I ain't the leader. Don't blossom me. And I ain't the little baby girl either. Don't bubbles me. All right? Shout out to us middle children out here.
Brian Schaefer. Deke, please go look at Henry versus Najee 2023 stats, brother. Henry, 4.2 yards per carry. Najee, 4.1. Similar 20-plus yard runs. More broken tackles for Najee. Henry's an all-timer, but I think you're skewed by the past, man. I know what I see when Derrick Henry's running the ball and Najee Harris is running the ball.
Yeah, because like we said, man, stats tell a portion of the story. They don't tell the complete story. So very similar to how we brought up Saquon Barkley. We just say we'd average, 3.9 per total, something like that? Or who was it we said we brought up? Yeah, something like lower like that. Okay. But which running back do you think you would want to take today? And I think that's the convo,
Yeah, because you could say the same thing about the Giants probably as you could say for the Titans.
Yeah, very true, man.
Those offenses don't really have much to work with in terms of weapons surrounding their running game.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm all for, Najee in the sense of the cheaper argument and the younger argument. But to just simply minimize both Derrick Henry and Najee Harris to an extent to exclusively just their stat line. I think that kind of does both of them a disservice because I think both of those guys have played better than their numbers have reflected at times. One of the big knocks on Najee, as much as everybody brings up him being a 3-time consecutive 1,000-yard rusher, one of the biggest knocks was that he didn't average over 4 yards per carry during that time. So they said that he was more of a volume player versus a true elite runner of the football. But if you watch him in here, we would say, man, no, we still felt like he was pretty good. We just thought that there was a lot of context. So it was a lot of context that went into it. So the same way that we stand up for Najee and have that type of, hey, the context does matter, that's the exact same case for a Derrick Henry, who not just in the past has reached crazy heights, but even when you talk about their current situation of what they were dealing with down there also, and correct me if I'm wrong, they didn't make the playoffs. We did make the playoffs. So we did have the better team. That's the other part where I'm just kind of like, you kind of got to understand that, yes, those numbers matter, but to act as if that is the end-all, be-all in the comparison, I don't personally agree with it. I think you're kind of missing some valuable context in between that. We did skip a super. I'll get it real quick. Justin Watson. Shout out to Justin Watson. He says, Smith called plays in Atlanta, and Ritter's stats were also better than Kenny Pickett's.
Then take Ritter over Kenny Pickett.
No, I think that's a compliment to Arthur Smith as a whole because people have, brought up the failures in Atlanta as like a big thing. So he's saying, well, hey, even if he did fail in Atlanta, how do you view Desmond Ritter? Desmond Ritter still outplayed or outproduced Kenny. So if you think that Kenny is
had
way
more,
better,
I guess, alluring stats to the box score watchers.
So think about it. So for you, this is a compliment because if he's saying he could do that with Desmond Ritter, imagine if Kenny is that. Then yeah,
I guess it could go either way. I'm just used to the anything being brought up about Kenny Pickett just being a shot. So
listen, when you haven't crossed that threshold to be confident, the insecurity could pop up, man. If I was a Kenny Pickett diehard, I would be insecure as well. I would think that everything is a shot also.
Well, it has been. Like, I'm not lying.
I don't think that's a shot. I think that's a shot. You think that's a shot, bro? That ain't no shot, bro.
It could. I mean, it could be 50-50.
Because he says Smith called plays in Atlanta. Everybody brings up Atlanta as a bad thing, bro.
It depends. It's, it's
should we ask him?
You don't get the full
we ask Justin?
Tone. You don't get the full context.
Justin was
just
being
through
nice, bro.
a text.
Justin won't be in all that. Justin was being true, bro.
We'll see. I don't know, but either way, yeah, if you want Desmond Ritter, you could take Desmond Ritter.
Come on, man. Don't be like that. Hey, he was just being nice.
No,
he was just trying. He's trying to support Arthur Smith.
If Kenny wins
the
job, I'm standing by KP8. If Kenny wins the job, I think he's gonna be solid for us next year.
Hey, man,
I stand by it.
We all on the same page, man. That was not a hit. That was not a shot. Just John Easton trying to say that was a shot too. That was not a shot, bro. That was not a shot.
It could have been.
That did not seem like a shot. That was not a shot, man.
Russell Schwartz, I'm not sweating on Kenny yet. Don't forget. I already read that. Sorry.
Are you good, bro?
Maybe he said it twice. But GF says Reed and Tay made a deal. No sex with Travis till the playoffs are over. That's why he's playing angry, and that's why Reed pointed at her after the game, LOL.
Bro, I ain't know where you was going with they both made, because you said Reed and Tay. I was like, oh, who is both of them getting down with it? Because, today you just never know.
Reed's got to stay focused,
I was like, maybe Reed would have stayed focused, too. Just keep his nuggies to himself, all right? I just did not know. But whatever the dynamic is,
clearly is this legit or she just, making this up?
Who knows, bro? I don't know. I have no clue. All I know is whatever they got going on is clearly working, because ever since they didn't got together, this thing is they balling out and everybody winning. Yeah. So I don't know. But yeah, keep their privacies today. Yeah, that's private for a reason. Just keep that information private. I don't need to know that.
GF also says, with Arthur Smith being here, if Najee does leave, does that bring Henry here? It better.
I think that's a different conversation too. Yeah. But Najee wouldn't willingly leave right now. He's still under contract. That was the only.
Unless he demands a trade or something.
Yeah, I think that could change. If he demanded a trade, then sure. Move on. We don't have no hostages. We want volunteers. Now you start looking at a Derrick Henry or even Like I said, I don't think it's to the
They're
full extent of
saying that that deal was real. It's actually out there in the news.
I ain't messing with that, bruh. I ain't staying about whatever they do in their private time. That's between their private time and their private parts. Okay, I don't need to know their intimacy reports or whatever they doing. Yeah, I keep that.
Someone made it public.
Yeah, I got virgin ears. Okay, just earmuffs.
Chef Buck, thoughts on bringing in Trey Lance? Sure, as long as it doesn't cost anything.
He got to be super cheap, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
What did Dallas give up?
I don't think he's unrestricted.
What did Dallas give up to get him?
I thought it was a fourth. Was it a third or a fourth?
Right. So I'm like, it can't be. I can give you a fifth, sixth.
Yeah, right. We could trade for him instead of
You see what I'm
drafting
saying?
a
That's
guy.
why I'm like, yeah, the
I'd be
value's
fine with
going
that.
down.
I don't
Yeah.
care.
Right.
There's a Shanahan lineage for you too.
And he's a former top 5 pick too. If we're gonna take our chances on retreads, at least give me some like super duper elite pedigree retread.
Yeah, or even compare him to drafting a quarterback right now in like the 5th or 6th round.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least he does have upside, more upside than like a Sam Hartman or one of these dudes.
Yeah.
Been in the league. Yeah, I don't care. Like for the third quarterback,
That's what I'm saying. I ain't
I
tripping
don't
on it.
care. Mike Lang. What do you guys think a Cousins will cost? And would you give up draft capital for a Fields? Are we sold on going into the season with Pickett? I believe in him. Just trying to see the vibes. Great content.
Salute you, Mike Lang. You already know from the heart, baby. From the heart. I think Cousins is going to cost a lot. I think he's in that high 30s, $40 million range, even after the Achilles. In terms of giving up the draft capital for Justin Fields, I don't want to do it just because the Arthur Smith hire and everything just seems like we're rallying behind Kenny. So it's like, why would I rally behind Kenny with the move just to move on from Kenny and give up a ton of more assets on something that is still in a very similar space as Kenny right now? But I just think that they're different type of players. I think for Justin Fields, I think that he could thrive in a different situation. But at the same time, yeah, we know Arthur Smith, man, he does have a system that does appear to be more QB friendly. I don't know. I'm not as keen on wanting to pair Justin Fields with Arthur Smith and having to give up what I got to give up for that when I'm still going to be taking a chance on Justin Fields as much as I'm taking a chance on Kenny Pickett in this dynamic. That's my only hesitancy right now with it. And everything that keeps coming from the black and gold, the higher ups, the people that make the decisions, they sound like they on the Kenny train. So that's the other part where it's like, okay, if y'all are pushing Kenny, why are we about to be giving up a ton of resources and assets to bring in a guy that, over there, they probably viewing him the same way as how we are viewing Kenny right now to an extent. I think it's a little bit of a conflict of interest with it. That's all.
Yeah, I'm out on Cousins and Fields. And
yeah,
I think we roll with Pickett, bring in Mason for the competition. If not him, you're talking Darnold, Tannehill. I mean, that's my formula. I'm not giving up high draft picks for Fields.
Tannehill's
I'm
probably
not
the
paying
highest.
Cousins all that money.
Tannehill's the highest end that I'm going, and that's even more so now because of the Arthur Smith connection. But that's the highest end that I'll be willing to go because right now it does seem like, man, everything is pointing to Kenny. The hire, it seems like this is a great hire for the team, but more importantly, I think it's a great hire for Kenny. If we being real about it, man, I think that it does ultimately protect him so much more from just going in the wrong direction. And it's like, if you can't do well in a system like this, then maybe it is you. And I think that's kind of where they're trying to
no matter
really
what coordinator
isolate this thing right now, man. Yeah,
that's it. That's a matter of fact.
So that's the part where I'm just like, this hire to me seems like it's more for Kenny, more to see, man, if we can simplify, have a proven system, still doesn't deviate far from where we're at, this is where we want to go, and this gives Kenny the best chance to come out here and thrive and be comfortable and have a full offseason to do it. He doesn't have to wait till late in the offseason to know who's the coordinator. There isn't an in-season switch. You're going to get a chance to go from the beginning of this thing, and we're going to see, can you give us what 2020 Ryan Tannehill did when he had a full offseason with Arthur Smith as the OC, and we saw him put together his best season throughout his professional career. So that's kind of like I said, where I stay with it, man.
All right, that's it for the Supers.
Bro, let's ride. And it's actually perfect timing too, man, because like I said, I do got to go do some kind of adult stuff, And I actually do got to change out of my cool little Buttercup t-shirt, which I was really digging today, Deke. Just throwing it out there, bro. I was really digging it, man. All right. So I guess we'll be back. Tomorrow's Thursday. We'll be back in this out tomorrow, man.
Tomorrow and talk about the Steelers free agents.
Yes. And I took the picture because I already forgot which my man was. They brought it up, but I got the picture in my thing. So we're going to make sure that we talk about that tomorrow. That is the main topic. I'm trying to catch you so I can shout you out, but I can't see. I know you in the thing.
I think it was Steeler Nation on fire.
That's what I thought too, right?
Money.
I wanted to give him a shout out real quick. I don't see him. It was Steelers Nation Fire, and that was at 3:07. So he was on the front end of this thing. So yeah, we're gonna shout you out, Steelers Nation on Fire, to end it, and we're gonna get you on the front end tomorrow when we do talk Steelers in-house free agents, who we want to retain now that we do have some form of direction with our offensive coordinator now. All right, so hit that like button one more time on the back end, and don't forget to subscribe. Noah Hood, I'm telling you, that's what we are leading off with tomorrow. That's what we are talking tomorrow. Steelers in-house free agents. Nothing else matters. Nothing else. But either way, we appreciate the heck out of y'all for tuning in, and until next time, baby.
Peace.